right, here we go. 6 o'clock exactly at the MJ Morning Show. MJ and the crew, and everyone appears to be making their way into the studio. Roxanne, quick question for you right off the bat. So yesterday was Mother-Daughter Day, and you were dressed up in a bikini top and some kind of beach dress, and then you end up at the dentist? So, hold on. Beach day with daughter turns into dentist day with daughter too?
Do you have access to my calendar? Know exactly what time I do things? I had a dental appointment very late in the day.
Are we getting a little bit sassy?
Very late in the day.
Are we getting sassy with me? Are you giving me some lip?
Yes, I am. But we actually ended up not going to the beach after we spoke about flesh-eating bacteria on the show. It just kind of got me not in the mood to go. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not an alarmist.
Don't swim in brackish sewer water, okay?
That's the best kind.
At the Ben T. Davis Beach, or whatever. The Redneck Riviera over there on Candy. Oh, man. You know what looks really bad? All those pilings they stuck in the sand to block people from driving into the mangroves.
They had to.
No, I realize, but they couldn't have come up with something better. They're all like uneven. It looks like a third grader put those in. It's just, I mean, really, could they have come up with a better system, a better method?
A lot of stuff goes on in the mangroves.
You know, the man grows in the mangroves.
Oh,
if you know what I mean.
Come on, man. Come on.
Every time I see a car pulled off into them, I'm like, oh.
There you go. Somebody found a date.
That is not necessarily the case. Some people are just like, fishing for snook.
Or shrimp.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Shrimp.
What the hell does that mean? All right, so welcome, folks. MJ and the crew here, just getting rolling, 6:02. Man, we got a lot of stuff today. Wander Franco. So Wander Franco, he is off of the... he was suspended, and now he's like off the table with administrative leave. That's like what happens when a cop shoots somebody. They're on administrative leave. Mm-hmm. So we'll get into the Wander Franco situation, but MLB has placed him. Well, he's on administrative leave as Dominican Republic authorities and also Major League Baseball and the Tampa Bay Rays continue the investigation into the allegations of some underage relationships. We'll see. Can you imagine? He probably grew up in a cardboard box in the Dominican Republic. Next thing you know, he's got a $182 million deal, another $200 million potentially on the table later on, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, just a fortune. Big Dominican baseball star, and then could go back to living in a cardboard box. I
don't know that he'll ever live in a box necessarily, but
probably got some guaranteed money in there.
Yeah.
Well, not if you do this.
You know what? He's 20.
Well, I'm sure he has money that he got up front that they can't rescind. They can't, they can't claw it back. Yes, Andrew, Mr. Baseball wants to weigh in,
and he's still getting paid millions right now.
So he is still getting paid while he's on administrative leave.
Correct.
So if he is found to be in violation of these allegations, the question is, does he have to give any of that money back, or does he keep that money? I'm guessing he keeps the coin. Ugh. But here, the Rays banking on this long-term franchise player, and it all goes to hell in a freaking handbasket? Wow. All right. Well, we'll give you the latest on it. There's a statement from Major League Baseball. We'll get into a little bit more of this later on here on the MJ Morning Show. So, Roxanne, I'm trying to think. I think you sent out a group text about you went to the dentist. Now, there's one aspect of your text which I didn't respond to, but I will on the air.
Well, I did it to annoy you.
Well, you did it to annoy me?
Yes.
Oh, so you're admitting that you personally live life to annoy me? Is that nice? We've known each other for not even 3 years, and you have set out to just annoy me?
Okay, so don't you know that rule in life that you give someone what you want to get back, and you give me a lot of annoyance. Sometimes I give it back to you.
It sounds like a perfectly mutual relationship.
It really is.
How do I give you a lot of annoyance?
Because you needle me.
You're a needler.
You're a needler.
I needle you?
Yes, you're an absolute needler.
Like like a dirty drug needle disposed of on the streets of San Francisco?
No,
like a phlebotomist.
Yeah.
Is that what they are?
The blood people?
Yeah.
Yeah, the blood people. Yeah, a phlebotomist or an acupuncturist.
Well, those aren't quite as annoying. So, yeah, I'll put you in that. You're either like an acupuncturist or like an aggressive, annoying Botox needle, maybe.
Okay, that's so funny you said that because I've always equated him as to stepping into a mound of ants.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm a needler and an ant mound?
Yeah, you're an ant mound.
Why am I an ant mound?
Because everything's going fine. Then there's one little bite, and then there's two little bites, and three. And then you try to get them off.
What kind of ants are we talking about?
like red ants?
Fire ants?
Oh yeah,
Ooh, fire
the
ants.
worst.
Tell you what, when I was on honeymoon in Australia back in
Yeah?
the summer of '94,
Out in the outback.
yeah, we're out back. Yeah, so we're in Australia, and man, they've got some ant mounds, and that's where the anteaters are. You know?
Yeah.
They have some ant mounds that are like 8 feet high. It is unbelievable.
Wow.
As we drove around the outback, and I was looking for some chocolate thunder from down under.
Did you find any?
No, I didn't.
They didn't have them?
No, I
Did you ask?
didn't find any blooming onions either.
Damn it.
But they have some ant mounds there that are amazing. All right, so Roxanne, I don't want to get into it now, but Roxanne, amid Mother-Daughter Day, apparently ends up at the dentist, and you made a revelation on the text in our group about your trip to the dentist that I don't know if it's accurate. Is it true what you wrote?
Most of it was true, I think.
Most of it was
Yeah.
true. All right, well, hang on, folks. You're going to want to hear what I'm going to kind of zero in on a little later on in the show about Roxanne's trip to the dentist yesterday. So hang on. We'll get to that coming up. Trip a Day also is back again. So between 9 and 9:20 this morning, I'm going to give you the latest song title to listen for. That'll happen between 9 and 9:20. And then, of course, when that song plays during the course of the day, guaranteed, when you hear it, seventh caller wins the trip a day. And that'll happen again today. So heads up, 9 to 9:20. I'll give you the song title. That's the ammo you need to actually win the contest later on. We are just getting rolling. Don't move. Busy Wednesday show here on the MJ broadcast. Pat's got traffic. And then we're back in minutes. Hey, Pat. Gotcha. What you know? Goo Goo Dolls.
Great song.
It is a great song. I like that song a lot.
Me too.
You know what else I love? And you don't hear it much. I don't know if it's played much on. I don't know who plays it, like what format. But when I think of Iris, that of course that's Goo Goo Dolls. That's Iris. MJ Morning Show here on Q105. When I hear that song, I also think of the Collective Soul song, which I really, really like. No. I'm drawing a blank on the title. Which
I don't know. I pulled up a bunch of Collective Soul hits.
I'll tell you which one it is. It's not the.
All you gotta do is go to.
No. It's The World I Know. It's The World I. Can you bring that up? See if it's in the computer, Andrew. The World I Know. Do you know that one?
Let's see. Is that their most popular? The second most popular song. With 78 million downloads.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
I know it's a very popular song.
Their most popular is Shine.
It's the World I Know. So when I hear Iris by Goo Goo Dolls, I think of The World I Know by Collective Soul. Andrew, is that in the computer? Do you have it? It's not in the computer.
He's crying.
Step to the edge, gonna jump off a building or something, or
This is awful.
off of the Grand Canyon.
Sounds like it.
This is the biggest shock I've ever had learning about a song since I found out that Who Let the Dogs Out is about ugly girls at the nightclub.
No, it's not.
What do you think that's about? Who let the dogs out?
Yeah.
Like when the lights come on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like, why are there all these ugly girls at the nightclub? Who let the dogs out? And I was like, oh my God, that's what it's about? I am that shocked.
All right, Andrew, yes.
Okay, the video, he does portray a guy who is considering it, but he doesn't. A spoiler alert. And Who Let the Dogs Out?
Hold on. So he steps. Wait a minute. So he steps to the edge. So that's the collective that he steps to the edge to see his world below. But he's contemplating jumping. But then he backs out of jumping.
Yes.
Oh,
You know what? I think I'm
You know
good.
what? I never saw the video.
Hey, I appreciate
Yeah.
Andrew saying spoiler alert for a 22-year-old video.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's
All right. And then Who Let the Dogs Out? Go ahead.
The dogs are actually the guys.
no. The dogs are the ugly girls.
Hold on. What, we have a fight here over who,
Dog fight.
which gender is represented in Who Let the Dogs Out?
Hold on, let's get to the bottom of this.
All right. So, Andrew, where are your facts coming from on Who Let the Dogs Out?
That's the way the song was written.
No way. I saw a reel on TikTok about this, and let me tell you, Who Let the Dogs Out is about Ugly Girls in the Club.
Do you know where?
No.
Why are you mentioning TikTok on my show?
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Stop mentioning. I don't like TikTok. TikTok is a Chinese spy operation. And you're getting your facts from TikTok?
Almost exclusively.
Oh my God! What's wrong with you?
Well, where do you have time to start?
All right, so
I have the answer.
all right.
Andrew probably has it.
Roxanne is the arbiter here. Fester says, "Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?" So Fester's saying the dogs are about women that are not attractive. Andrew says the dogs are the guys.
Yes.
So Roxanne, can you please be the final arbiter here and tell us who is right, who is wrong?
Okay. So, it's a song about men who catcall women.
Oh.
Those men are the dogs.
Oh.
So the singer is saying, "Who let the dogs out?" and then mocking them.
Right. Hey, Andrew, I like the version with the big synth intro. Can you find that one? I like the one where "Who let the dogs?" Then it go dun dun dun, dun, and then it goes into like the 15 seconds of synthesizer pop. Hey, Andrew, while you find that, are we going to be in trouble with today's YouTube MJ Morning Show? Are we going to get? Is this going to get like flagged? And so, explain to the audience what happens. Sometimes when we play certain clips of long music on our MJ TV YouTube stream, we get cut out on the replay. Is that it?
There are times when they will flag our feed because we're playing music that is copyrighted.
That's not licensed. So are we going to get screwed over today? Is this, and do they, when you say they flag it, do they like black out the whole recording for the whole day?
That has happened. I'm only familiar with it happening once, and it was over a stupid little clip.
What was it? What clip?
That was when we played back a piece of Gino talking over an intro.
Oh, that was Bon Jovi.
Yes.
So we played back an audio bite, and it was like Bon Jovi "Living on a Prayer" or something.
I don't recall which song it was,
and YouTube,
but that blacked out the entire video.
The algorithm flagged us, and it took the replay of MJTV for that day off of YouTube.
Yes.
Wow.
I think I remember watching us on YouTube post-show and the audio dropping out.
I don't know if they do that. I think that's just your.
No.
That's just the fact you can't use a computer.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Sounds like a Fester.
No, Twitch does that. They'll drop out the audio.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I saw it somewhere, but the audio will drop out when we play copyrighted music.
Hey, did you find the "Who Let the Dogs Out" with the synthesizer opening?
I haven't been able to listen to it with my mic on.
Oh, okay.
Let's just play it, man. Screw it.
Turn your mic off.
Go listen.
All right, so Roxanne, do you have any more to add to that?
About the dogs?
Yeah.
No, that was it.
That was it?
That was it. I mean, it's just like guys saying, being rude, and so they're catcalling women.
I don't believe
So
it.
they're calling out the guys who do that.
That's fake
Fester,
news.
Who let these dogs out?
Oh, that's fake news.
That's fake news.
You just make crap up.
I don't. I'm telling you what I saw.
Yeah, because
What's Mama number 5 about, Fester? Huh? 5 ugly girls? What's it about? Huh? A sex move? Is that a sex move?
Didn't Lou Bega
Ask me, the age of consent?
Yes. Didn't Lou Bega ask you a really, really
Yes, he did.
uncomfortable question when he came to the radio station
this is
20 years ago?
This is a great story that I forgot. But hold on. Would you refresh my memory on what happened?
Yes, I was young. I was like 19, working at the other station in promotions, and after he performed,
So we brought Lou Bega into town, right?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is back when we were on 93.
and he played Mama number 5 like 5 times.
Well, that's the only damn song he had. Lou Bega, Mamba, I need a little Monica in my
I
life.
like that song.
Right. So Lou Bega comes to town when we were across the street doing our show over on the other station. And what happened with Lou Bega?
He goes, "Hey, man, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, "Hey, Lou Bega, nice to meet you," whatever. He goes, "Hey, man, Tampa, Florida, what's the age of consent around here?" I go, "What?"
Why don't you ask
Lou?
ask Wander?
Yeah.
Ask Wander Franco.
It was a very awkward situation.
Oh, man.
Not expecting it.
So the Lou Bega concert, he sang Mambo number 5 times. Then he took a break for an encore. He comes out, sings it again.
All right, so, Froggy, what answer did you give Lou Bega on his question about what's the age of consent in Florida?
I said it was 18, and to be careful. Don't do anything stupid, sir.
You'll end up at ORJ.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You know what the ORJ is?
Not firsthand, but it is the Orient Road Jail.
That is correct. You can end up at ORJ. Hey, did
Not
you
to be
find what I'm looking for? What do you mean you didn't find what I'm looking for?
I haven't found a synth open on that song.
It starts with who
After
let
the
the
dogs.
dogs out, and then it goes into it's like the
It goes, dun, 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 that the remix one.
Yeah. Fester, go to
God.
YouTube.
Okay.
Go to YouTube. I don't have a lot of time here. We're burning up this segment, man.
Sorry.
All right. Go to type in "Who Let the Dogs Out" single version. Who let the dogs out? Single, not sungle. It's single.
They'll correct it, the version.
Geez. Fester just.
They'll correct it. Who Let the Dogs Out? Single version. Found details.
No,
It's the video. They may not have it.
It did not get. I got to find the version I'm looking for.
All right.
But I can't find it right now. All right, it is 6:31. It's the MJ Morning Show. I've got a strong pile of morons in the news next, and then we'll also try to find the Who Let the Dogs Out version that I like, and we'll try to dig that up next. All right, hold on. We're back in seconds here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Now. The MJ Morning Show on Q105. It is 6:40 here on a Wednesday morning, and I got the pile of early morons in the news. We'll get to that here momentarily. I did find the Baha Men version that I'm looking for of Who Let the Dogs Out with the synthesizer. What do you say, Froggy?
I said, that's right. I forgot about the Baha Men remix.
Yeah, I mean, we when we were over across the street when this was a hit, this is the version we played on the air, and it has like the synth sound underneath, and it goes into a little synthesizer before it goes into the full.
Fantastic plastic party.
Fantastic plastic payoffs coming up next.
The fantastic plastic.
Yeah,
I hope YouTube doesn't crank out today's replay of MJTV because we played various music songs here. I'm hoping that won't get flagged for copyright violations.
I hope not either.
I used Who Let the Dogs Out for something on Instagram. So when you do an Instagram reel, you can choose music to play underneath.
Yeah, we know about that.
And I used the Baja Man, Who Let the Dogs Out, and it got flagged. And it said, this video, your post will not be available because of copyright violation.
Wait a second. Did you choose it from the IG library?
I did.
That's weird.
That is strange.
Yep, it came from their search, and I put the Baja Man in, and it got flagged. All right, you ready for some early morons in the news? Check this out. Police arrested a 10-year-old kid for peeing behind his mother's car.
Oh, dude.
I always pee outside. What's the big deal?
Well, listen, as an adult, that's a problem. But when a kid's got to go, a kid's got to go. I mean, how many times have parents pulled off on the side of I-75 or I-95 or wherever? I gotta go. I can't hold it. I gotta go. And then you see cars pulled over, and then you can see the car door open and kids whizzing.
Yeah, I do that almost weekly with my son. You pick him up from school. Hey, how was your day? Good. We get down the road. I gotta go TT. I was like, you do?
Yeah, we're in the Auto Nation parking lot at Bears, and what is that?
It's the CarMax parking lot.
I'm sorry, CarMax. That's what
right there.
The CarMax
Bears
parking
in Nebraska.
lot. Beers.
Beers.
How do you say that
It's supposed
again?
to be Beers.
Beers.
Like fierce with a B.
So you're claiming that the Beers family called you years ago when you were doing traffic.
Right.
And they said, it's not Bears.
I always would call it Bear Ass.
Right.
I was like, and on Bear Ass Road, there's an accident at Del Mabry and Bear Ass.
When you were carting up the old traffic reports, the Gary McHenry days,
right?
You're in the newsroom.
Yes.
Ooh, I did that job too.
Yeah, right.
This is before you became a full-time player on the MJ Morning Show. This is mid-1990s, and they called up the newsroom, and they said, we're with the Beers. Well, how'd they say it? Do you remember?
They said, first of all, who's the schmuck doing your traffic reports?
They didn't say that.
And I'm the one who answered the phone, and I'm like, oh, that would be me. How can I help? Do you have something to report? He goes, no, this is blah, blah, Bierce. And I was like, hello, Mr. Bierce. He goes, no. They named the road after my family. It's Bierce, not Bear Ass, jackass. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry, sir. And he goes, you better get it right. It's like fierce with a B. And
he sounded mad.
Yeah, he was pissed.
Let me get this straight. If I'm heading on 275 North, I hit Fowler.
Yes.
Then I hit Fletcher. And then I hit Bierce.
Bierce. And people call it Bears.
I've never heard anybody call it Beers.
I call it Barris Avenue. Yeah, hey, where you need to go. I need to go turn on Barris.
If anybody from the Bears family is listening, please let us know.
Actually, they're a wonderful family.
So
in
wait
the
a minute,
Carrollwood area.
your kid pees in the CarMax parking lot?
every couple of days.
I was just there recently.
Wait, you're looking for a one price, no negotiation number on a car?
No, I was in the neighborhood Sunday morning, as a matter of fact. I was off of 275 and Bierce, and I noticed they built a Culver's. There's a new Culver's on the corner over there.
By new, you mean like 5 years ago?
Has it been?
Okay.
I have not. I have not been to that intersection. What is that? That's Bierce in Florida,
Nebraska,
rather. So
yeah.
Bierce in Nebraska, and I had not been there for quite some time. I look, there's a Culver's over there.
We got all of the fancy restaurants up there.
Somebody
now.
That's 5 years that's been there.
Yeah, it seems like it's been a long time.
Really?
I think your kid's there for a while.
Anyway, can I get back to 10-year-olds peeing?
Okay, so yes, which I think the world is a 10-year-old's urinal, by the way.
Well, here's the deal. This is in Mississippi. A 10-year-old has been arrested for peeing behind his mother's car.
That's ridiculous.
This is according to Fox Memphis. On August 10th, LaTanya Eason stopped by an attorney's office in Senatobia, Mississippi for some legal advice. Her two children, a daughter and her 10-year-old son, Quantavius, waited in the car while she was in the office. At some point, Quantavius needed to use the restroom, so he got out of the car, went to pee behind it, At the same time, Senatobia, am I saying that right? Mississippi police officer happened to be passing by, caught the kid peeing behind the car. Well, the kid was...
See, that's an amateur move, kid. You gotta look around before you go.
Kid was arrested.
Come on. 10 years old.
Kid was arrested for peeing behind the car.
What's up with that cop? That's not cool.
That's pretty ridiculous. I'm sorry. I mean, it's not like you got an adult flashing, passing motorist or something.
Right.
You got a 10-year-old kid who had to go. He couldn't hold it. I don't know if I'd be arresting a 10-year-old kid.
Let's loot and let's see his kid. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
Hook him.
So the mother came out of the law office and the kid was gone?
LaTanya said the officer was just going to give them a warning. I was like, my son, why did you do that? He said, Mom, my sister and I, we had to go to the bathroom and they didn't have a bath. Anyway, Mom said you should have known better. Listen.
Why don't you bring him inside?
You still arrested the kid?
So hang on a minute. So the officer was like, you handled it like a mom. He can get back in the car. It wasn't a big deal until other officers became involved. Uh-oh. So Eason said several other officers showed up, including a lieutenant, who said that Quantavius had to be arrested and taken to jail for peeing. Eason admits her son shouldn't have peed, but she says arresting him over it was too much. That seems to be ridiculous.
It does.
I'd have to agree, yes.
One time I was coming back we were skiing in the mountains in Colorado, and we were driving back to the Denver airport.
Would that be on I-70?
You got it.
Right.
And there was a big standstill traffic jam. So
near Idaho Springs, I'm sure.
I don't remember where, but
I'll tell you right, I know exactly where. So you're heading down mountain.
Down the mountain to the airport, and we got stuck there.
You went through the tunnel, right? You went through the Eisenhower. So just after the Eisenhower?
You got it.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I was in my early 20s, and
oh boy.
I said, if you don't let me out of the car right now, Dad, I'm going to pee in my sister's lotion bottle.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You're in your early 20s?
Yeah, I was like 20. I was like 20, 21. Yeah.
What incredible aim you would have. I would want it. I'd say, go ahead. I'd like to see this.
No, it was one of those canisters, like a lotion bottle that you canister the top, unscrew it, like a big, like a Cetaphil kind of thing.
Well, what happened?
He let me get off on the side of the road and pee on the side of the road. But I mean, it was, so you can imagine, you've seen these traffic jams. It was hard to find a spot where you wouldn't be viewed from the public to do that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But, what was I going to do?
That was a spectacle. Roxanne at 21 peeing on the side of I-70 heading to the Denver International Airport. Traffic can get really nasty on busy ski weekends. And this was probably, a Sunday going back to the airport?
You got it.
There you go.
We were so late, we had to drop the rental car, and my dad just threw some money at, remember when they used to have the guys that check your bags at the...
Hold on,
Sky Caps?
The Sky Caps, yes.
You didn't even bring... Well, hold on. Was this...
No, they don't. They don't have them at Tampa International.
Hang on. Was this the new Denver airport, or was this the old Denver Stapleton Airport? Like, what year was this?
This was the original Denver airport.
Yeah, so
No, the new one. The one, big, long one.
The one way out?
Yes, the one way out.
Okay, all right. So, all right.
It's an important detail.
Let's get all of the Denver airport details out.
But seriously, back to the Sky Caps. You guys said they still have Sky Caps. We just traveled this weekend, and there was nobody out there.
Yeah, I see them.
We should travel through Southwest.
I see.
Okay.
Anyway, the police department put out a statement. We would like to address a recent incident involving the arrest of a 10-year-old child. In situations like this, the Youth Court Act guides how officers may deal with juveniles. The Youth Court Act allows officers to file referral against a child as young as 7.
This is ridiculous. This whole thing is ridiculous.
Terrible.
I mean, come on.
He's going to have a teardrop tattoo soon.
A 10-year-old kid is just taking a pee behind his mom's car while mom is in an office. I would think that maybe, is it safe to leave a 10-year-old kid in the car by himself outside while mom went inside? That might be more of an issue, actually. I don't know.
Not a teardrop tattoo.
Early morons of the news on the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. Stand by. We begin the 7 o'clock hour next, including 1 hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. So heads up on that. And that's just minutes away. And, of course, don't forget, I'll give you full details on how to win the MJ trip a day. That's going to happen later today. We'll give you the song title coming up. More details on that in just a bit. First, though, I want to talk about international. 6:03 here on a Wednesday. Got a quick quiz I want to ask you guys in just a second. First, though, Roxanne, is your headache getting any better?
It's improving. I've been requesting that Fester squeeze my pressure points with
I'm
his
watching
meaty fingers.
I'm watching Fester.
Fester gets the best massages ever.
Listen, during the break, I'm watching Fester like putting his hands on parts of Roxanne's body.
Just my forearms,
and
like the
at
trigger
Roxanne's
points.
request.
Yeah.
So these are like what, pressure points, or I don't know.
Yes.
I've always heard about the pressure points and this and that.
There's one on your hand that
And
helps.
listen,
in a
I'm
way.
sure the chiropractors know this stuff, or acupuncturists. Listen, I have no idea what the hell pressure points are. All I know is you get whacked in the side of your head where the temple is. I know that hurts. That's probably a pressure point is what I'm guessing. So I'm watching Fester with his meaty bear claw hands like just touch Roxanne, and it is just creepified beyond belief.
You know, I felt the same way.
Especially when I'm like, harder.
So she asked me to squeeze her arm just below the elbow, these tendons right here.
Hey, Andrew, ISO.
Yeah, please.
ISO on that one, please.
She
Harder,
asked me to
harder.
squeeze her arm
Yeah.
right below the elbow, right? These tendons between the elbow and the wrist. And I squeeze it, and she goes, no, hard. And I was like, okay. And she goes, harder.
Now-
And I'm like, oh, God.
Roxanne, do you have any idea why you have this horrific headache this
Yeah,
morning?
I have a couple ideas. Okay, so it could be just from dehydration. That's my first guess. And I did go to bed last night with a headache, which you really shouldn't do, but I just was hoping it would just go away. And I woke up with the same headache. So it could be like positional and sleep related. Spit it out.
Why would you be dehydrated?
Because it's,
Dehydrated.
because it's 1,000,000 degrees outside, because it feels like temperature of 120.
And water is so scarce.
No, you have
No,
to
but
so
it's true.
scarce.
I was outside yesterday. I forgot to, you forget to hydrate. You just,
Yeah, I mean, listen,
it
dehydration happens.
I've got a quiz for you. Let me know if the headache subsides with Fester's meaty claws all over you. All right, I've got a quick quiz for you guys. This is just going to take 30 seconds. I'm going to ask a question, and I need you to write yes or no on the Post-it note. I've just passed out a yellow Post-it note to Froggy and Fester and Roxanne. So write down yes or no to this question, and then hand it to me.
We can't just say it.
All right, and then no.
Do we have
no.
to sign who we are?
Yeah,
Or are you gonna?
just write your name. Write Froggy, write Fester, write Roxanne, and then I need a yes or a no. The question is Maine a state? Is Maine a state? All right, Froggy, hand me.
I'm not done.
What if it's yes or no? What do you mean? Hey, hand me your Post-it. Come on, man. It's a yes or a no. Oh,
Okay.
my God. What are you writing? All right.
I tried to put my name on it.
All right. Michael Philip Joseph Kuzmano Froggy, a.k.a. Kuz.
You said put your name.
all your names.
You wrote no yes. What?
You said right yes no.
No, Come on, dude. Is
Oh, I
Maine...
put no yes. I meant to circle one.
Is Maine a state?
No, yes.
What is... Yes.
Yes.
Maine is a state.
Yes.
Okay.
Why do we have to write it down?
Fester, hand me your Post-it note.
Did you write your name?
All right, here we go.
Fester.
All right, Fester says yes, Maine is a state.
Wow, I way to just give a straight
Roxanne,
answer.
Roxanne, hand me yours. Let's
I
go.
did. I did.
Where is it?
I double folded. There's two of them.
This is it. Okay, and then Roxanne is. These both say Fester on there.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Roxanne put my name on it.
All right, so all of
That's
The
funny.
green ink is Roxanne's.
all of you said that Maine is a state.
It's pretty funny.
That is
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
All right, the reason why I bring this up is I read a story this week that many Americans do not think that Maine is a state. Who the hell doesn't think that Maine is all the way on the other end of I-95? Who doesn't think that Maine is a state? And this is nuts.
I have to say, Maine is probably one of the most forgettable states.
I love Maine. I think Maine's phenomenal. Now listen to this. The story goes that a lady by the name of Deandra Briggs, she got stranded at the Denver airport. She's trying to get back to Bangor, Maine, where her home is. And apparently the ticket agent said, you need a passport for international flights. What? At the Denver airport. The Denver airport. And this person's trying to get to Bangor, Maine. And the ticket agent of the airport says, oh, no, you need a passport for international flights.
Maybe Bangor threw the person off because that kind of has more of a...
She thought it was what, Canada? I mean, what? I mean, come on.
So
Probably, yeah.
If you look at Maine on a map, I can see how at a quick glance you could think that Bangor is in Canada.
How do you not know that Maine is a U.S. state? You know, it's not one of the original 13 colonies, but it's certainly a state.
It's sandwiched right between Quebec and New Brunswick.
There's a whole story here. It's like a whole bunch of different people commenting. During my freshman orientation at a Connecticut college, one of my fellow classmates, a Californian, asked me if I went to the international student orientation the week prior after I told him I was from Maine. What? Maine got statehood in 1820. And this person's like, how the hell did they get into college if they didn't know that Maine was a state? No, there's like a whole bunch of stories, anecdotes here from people that had encounters where people didn't know that Maine was a freaking state.
Well, those are two examples of people from the West Coast. Maybe West Coast people don't know what's going on over here in the Northeast.
Maine is a state, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm very, very happy to hear that my crew, Froggy, Fester, and Roxanne,
Lucky guess.
seemingly knew that, by the way. All right, I had a ton of response. Now, every once in a while, we do a story. We always get feedback on stuff, but every once in a while, I get feedback at an elevated level. And I had a couple of dozen, maybe 30 emails and also DMs on Instagram. Folks, you can always contact me. My private email is mj@mjmorningshow.com. So if you ever need to drop me a note, make me aware of something, hot tip, some gossip, anything that you think we need to know, you can always send it to me. My private email, I'm the only one that sees it, mj@mjmorningshow.com, or follow me on Instagram. I'm Certified MJ Radio, and my messages are open. You can DM me on Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, and I have at least, 30 emails or DMs about the cancellation of a song. We did this earlier in the week. Do you guys remember what I'm about to talk about?
By earlier in the week, you mean yesterday.
I thought it was Monday that we did it. I thought we did this Monday. Anyway,
Was it?
Today's Wednesday.
Oh.
So here's the deal. It turns out that on the latest greatest hits release from Queen, they are leaving Fat Bottom Girls off of the greatest hits release. And it is believed that it's due to pressure about Fat Bottom Girls. The song has been canceled because of politically correct maneuvers, that Fat Bottom Girls is no longer going to make the rock and world go round on the latest re-released Queen's Greatest Hits album. It's gone.
Okay, this is so confusing to me because aren't big butts like really in style right now? Isn't that why people are going and
I think
getting...
it's the word fat, right?
It's been... I don't know. Listen,
It used to be big in rotation.
I mean, how do you take that off Queen's Greatest Hits?
It sounds like it's complimentary to
Yes.
women of all shapes in the song, doesn't it?
Yeah, you make the rock and world go round.
Yeah, hey, big woman, you made a bad boy out of me. Ooh.
All right. So the crazy part about this whole thing, the great irony, is the last band to have anything really to do with a fat-bottomed girl is Queen. because
Well, that would be Freddie Mercury, but the other,
What do you mean?
Because Freddie Mercury was gay, and
So Freddie comes out, he's like, guys, I got a song.
but the rest of the band, I believe, were heterosexual.
The band-
Brian May.
The song is called Fat Fronted Men. Fat Fronted Men. You make the, and they're like, what is this about? He goes, okay, well, it's men.
Men with the crotch pooch.
Yes. Fat Fronted Men. That's what Freddie wanted.
All right. So I just a lot of response, and no one agreed. Every single email or DM that I read was like, "This is out of hand, out of control. Stuff being canceled, the political correctness, it's out of control." And that's what not one agreed with Fat Bottom Girls being canceled off of the latest Queen Greatest Hit CD. 7:14 at the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. We start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ next. If you wear a Fitbit, if you wear... is the MJ Morning Show at Q105 at 7:24 here on a Wednesday morning. And Froggy, I know that you anger easy. You've got a little bit of a short fuse. Maybe it's the Italian in you, possibly.
Maybe. Or stress.
Listen, and I don't want to anger other people, but I've got an item here from a veterinarian, and the vet says that these are 5 dog breeds that I would never own.
Oh, yeah?
Because they're difficult to manage. And do you have any idea, any reason why you think I might be kind of addressing you on this matter?
Is it, well, I do own a Greyhound Lab. Is it that what it is?
No, it's not. It's not the Greyhound.
Poppy, my Greyhound Lab that I love so much.
Well, you actually have a dog that's a mix of a Greyhound and a Lab?
Yeah, I've had it for 5 years.
Yeah, it's a good dog.
I don't think I've ever seen that. So it's a grab. A Greyhound Lab is a grab.
Yes, it's a grab.
Got a grab.
She's a great dog.
Ever run at the track?
No, but she's fast as hell. And then I have a French Bulldog who is pretty fast as well, but snorts when she runs.
Yeah, because they're smash face snorters.
Yeah.
But she doesn't snort
In
that
fact,
much.
they ought to name the breed a smash face snorter.
She doesn't
Coming
snort
up
that much.
next at the Westminster Dog Show, a 2-year-old bitch. What'd you call it? Snort face.
You might want to think about it before you go with your
I
joke.
forgot it. I was going to write it down, but I forgot it. Snort face dog breed? What was it?
No, I don't even know what I
Smash
said.
face snort dog?
A smash face snorter.
Yes. 2-year-old bitch is smash face snorter.
Oh, boy.
With his handler, Froggy.
Anyway, a vet has ranked these 5 dog breeds that he would never own because they're difficult dogs. And Ben is the name of the vet.
Ah, screw you.
Okay,
Ben.
what is Ben grading them on? Is it like difficulty in their health issues, or is it difficulty in the way they act?
Well, I said difficult to manage.
What does Mr. Dover have to say?
So bend over. Bend over the vet.
What a punk.
All right, so
Let me guess.
Ben the vet. I'm going to start with number 5, and I'm going to go down to number 1. So coming in at number 5, according to Ben the vet, difficult dog breeds that he would not own. Coming in at number 5, it's Froggy's new dog, a French Bulldog.
Yay.
Yep.
I love my Frenchie.
Says that they can be very expensive. Yeah, you guys shelled out like, what, $3,500 for that dog?
Only $30. It's a good deal.
Also, the chances are that your vet bills over your dog's lifespan are going to be significantly higher than other dogs. Because, listen, a lot of the smash face snorter dogs and drool faces, they have increased
He's
medical.
not a drool face. He doesn't do any of these things.
He's just putting him in the same category.
Right, but a lot of those dogs, they have enhanced medical needs, and the vet bills can be more expensive. Listen, the vet...
all dogs
dude,
have bills.
Dude, don't shoot the messenger. This is the vet telling you that your dog could bring increased medical bills.
I'm going to put my finger gun away.
So,
But you bring it up again.
all right, French Bulldog number 5. All right, coming in at number 4, Cockapoo.
The hell is that?
Yeah.
Oh, the ones that don't have allergies?
Cockapoo, he says that they can make fantastic family pets. They're also very highly energetic. And he says that some people might think, oh, it's a small dog. It's going to be easy to man. And listen, I've got Jack Russells. We've had Jack Russells now for a long time, and those guys are like explosive sticks of dynamite, and they're a small dog. You know, the deal with Jack Russells, they're like a big dog in a small package, but they're not on the list, by the way. But the Cockapoo is on the list.
For being hyper?
Hyper, sometimes hard to manage. There's a common misconception that they're hypoallergenic.
They're not. The poodle makes them
Right.
not truly hypoallergenic.
Exactly. So that's another point the vet points out, that people think the Cockapoo is hypoallergenic, but it's not. So
Wasn't this guy just a downer?
I know.
So what is the Cockapoo's a Cocker Spaniel and a
And a
poodle?
poodle.
and a poodle.
Okay.
Yeah. So coming in next is a German Shepherd. So the vet says, hey, consider the difficulties in these dog breeds before you buy them. German Shepherd. He says that health is very important. He says there's a long list of health problems with German Shepherds, and they're genetically predisposed to these problems. Many of these cannot be tested. hip and elbow dysplasia, which is you got something called wobbler syndrome, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people probably haven't heard of that, but it affects some of the larger dog breeds. So he says that a German Shepherd is, again, maybe more than you're planning on. Coming in at number 2, rescue dogs. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's going to make a lot of people mad with that on the list.
Absolutely. So he says that he's a vet and 5 dog breeds that he would never own because they're difficult to manage. He has rescue dogs on the list.
That's not a breed. That's like a class.
I realize that, but it's number 2 on the list. And
now I think he's just trying to get clicks. He's just trying to be like shocking. Never have a rescue dog.
Ben says that rescue dogs might be great for some people, but they're not great for everyone. He said, I meet a lot of pet owners who have rescued street dogs.
Oh my gosh. I thought he was talking about like
no, not going to a shelter.
No, I thought he was talking about like trained canine dogs. When you said rescue dogs, I thought you meant like police dogs and stuff. I'm like, this guy's the biggest.
Yes, we've got an avalanche dog. It's trained to sniff out human life in avalanche.
And I'm like, that sounds like
material.
A really cool pet. All right, it's a rescue dog. It's a hero for crying out loud.
Dog is going to pull a little kid out of a swamp.
When you said rescue dog, I was like, why would he want it? These dogs seem so well trained.
No, he said rescue dogs that maybe are like stray dogs that are rescued off the street. That's what he's saying.
Here they come. The rescue dog textures are mad.
Are they?
They hate Ben. Ben's a dumbass.
So they want Ben to Dover. They want Ben to bend over.
Bend over and knife.
And then coming in at number 1 before we move on. Coming in at number 1, according to Ben the vet.
Sorry.
Why are you interrupting Casey?
Can we guess?
I wish you would not interrupt me. Can you please listen to my cadence and find the proper place to speak instead of mid-sentence?
Who put this right amateur in here?
All right.
Number 1 on the list, according to Ben the vet, of dog breeds that he would not own.
Can we first go to number 1 on the list of Roxanne, the person with no vet training, who's dying to guess?
Who's just interrupting mid-sentence? Sure, go right ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Rox.
Okay, I'm going to guess, just because Ben sounds like a big party pooper, I bet he put Pitbull at top of the list. Mm-hmm. Pitbull.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
No.
Really? Okay.
Nope.
Fester?
The breed that mauls people doesn't make
He's
noise.
actually a big Pitbull fan.
Coming in at number 1, and I'm going to give you a clue. And now it's time for our long-distance dedication. In fact, this cute little dog bit the face off a 5-year-old. No, I'm kidding. All right,
So I went to high school with a kid who got his nut bit off by a dog.
What?
Yeah.
Off or just bit?
Like off. We called him one. Well,
Like sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't?
We called him One Nut Nick.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, when he was a kid. Stop. When he was a kid, he was playing with a dog toy, and he had it by his crotch, and the dog went for it and ripped off half his yammer.
Ripped off half his what?
His peener. His bag.
Ouch.
Yeah, that
All
happens.
right, here we go. Coming in at number 1. Give you a hint. Sometimes this dog has one brown eye and one blue eye.
Ew.
Oh, boxer.
No. What the hell?
You haven't seen boxers with a brown?
No, come on. There's one breed that's kind of famous for this.
Husky.
Yes. A husky. Yeah, so Nick says that huskies are really, really super cute as puppies.
They're so sweet.
And they're beautiful dogs when they're grown. They can make very loyal pets, but they're not for everyone. A few years ago, there was a massive boom in their numbers. They and other wolf-like dogs were used in huge movie franchises like Game of Thrones and Twilight. So that brought a lot of people to want the husky. But
that makes sense.
in the years that followed, shelters saw a lot of huskies because the owners could not cope with the husky.
Can't you just round them up and drop them off in a field? Aren't they wolves, like a pack animal?
They need lots of exercise. A 5 or 10 minute walk around the block is not enough. So they're bred to pull sleds. So having them having them hold up in your flipping laundry room is not going to quite cut it.
They want to
My
travel.
neighbor has one. It's a great dog.
Yeah, but the dog wants to go 30 miles a day.
Exactly.
Doug used to have a husky, but his ex-wife kept it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I didn't know Doug was married prior.
Yeah.
Do they still speak?
No. He doesn't even say her name. He won't let me tell. I was going to tell our daughters her name. He won't let me.
Who, Beth?
I don't. What is it? What's the name?
I forget all the time.
Is it
No,
Claire?
you don't.
No.
How do you forget Doug's ex-wife's
okay,
name?
Okay, it just hit me. It just hit
what
because
is
he
it?
never,
What is
ever,
it?
ever talks
What's the
about
name?
Tracy.
What?
Tracy.
Why are you whispering?
Tracy.
Why are you whispering?
Say
Tracy.
his last name.
Why are you whispering?
I don't know. He just doesn't. He's like, don't ever tell the girls her name. Don't ever say anything like that.
All right, moving along. I have a warning: Apple Watch, Fitbit wristbands, which I got to be honest. I mean, why are Apple Watches and Fitbit wristbands? Why are they being singled out? Wouldn't it be any watch or any device you're wearing, like a Garmin or you know, I'm wearing a Casio today. I've got my trusty old PAW 1500 Pathfinder on from I think 2007. This watch with the the solar, this thing's still going. In fact, it has an altimeter, and if I go to the altimeter setting on this old Casio, which I love,
Yes.
if I go to the altimeter right now, the recorded maximum height is 12,160 feet. Do you know what that is? I was at 12,160 feet, and that's this watch still has this. This watch has not been higher than 12,160 feet. It is still saved in the non-volatile memory. I'm holding it up to MJTV right now.
That's fascinating and boring all at the same time.
Do you have any idea?
When you were on the top of like Mount Fuji?
That is 100% correct. Yes, sir.
Wow.
You are. Yes. Yeah.
And now look at you standing at 3'4"
Oh, you shut up.
At one time, I was 12,000 feet tall.
Back in 2008, the summer of 2008, we were in Japan, and we all climbed Mount Fuji. Julian was in the last day of 3. He was about to turn 4. Chloe was like 6 or 7. And we all climbed Mount Fuji. All the way. We went to the top, man. We stayed overnight in like a plywood shack in a sleeping bag that smelled like crotch.
That sounds
And,
awesome.
you know, it was
Beats walking down.
But, well, we did walk down.
The next day.
Yeah, we walked down the next
no, they
day.
stayed up there.
Yeah. But, my watch. But, so really, wouldn't anything on your wrist? Well, here's the story. You may be counting your steps, but are you counting the amount of bacteria and goop that's all over your body? Nearly all Apple Watches and Fitbits are covered in harmful bacteria, according to a new study published by the science journal Advances in Infectious Diseases. Right here in Florida, researchers from Florida Atlantic University tested plastic, rubber, cloth, leather, and metal gold and silver wristbands in search of a correlation between the material of the wristband and bacteria buildup. They found that 95% of wristbands were contaminated with some sort of dangerous bacteria. Specifically, 85% were found with Staphylococcus spp, which causes staph infections, while 60% had E. coli. Keep the watch out of your butt. I mean, come on.
Just the way you use your hand and stuff like that.
30% carried potentially deadly Pseudomonas spp. These bacteria can lead to a wide variety of clinical maladies, including pneumonia and blood infections. About 229 million people wear Apple Watches, according to Business of Apps, while Fitbit has 120 million registered users as of 2022. Millions of smartwatch users wear the gadgets daily. Listen, but again, why are they just singling out Apple and Fitbit because of the volume sold, where really it's any kind of a strap that is like a rubberized strap that I guess is going to carry more of the bacteria?
Wow.
Is what it seems. But it seemed like they're unfairly singling out Fitbit and Apple Watch.
Yeah, it seems like a volume thing. They sell more than other brands.
That's why they're singling out those numbers or those names, because of the high numbers. But just a little warning. Researchers found they tested plastic and rubber and cloth and leather and metal and participants who wore their watches during workouts showed the highest levels of bacteria. Staphylococcal, if I'm pronouncing that properly, specifically.
Isn't that duty?
No.
Oh.
Froggy, what? You're like 6. You just want to say duty. It's seriously.
It is fun
You
to
just
say.
try to say duty on every show.
I thought it was, though. I mean, ugh.
Rubber and plastic wristbands were found to have a higher bacterial count, while metal ones, particularly gold and silver, had little to no bacteria.
Wow.
That's pretty interesting.
Does the bacteria not stick to gold?
So, on average, the authors wrote the trend of bacteria load went cloth was the worst, plastic was second, rubber was third, leather was fourth, and then metal was last as far as the material that, garnered or had all this bacterial load.
Let me look at my Richard Miller.
He said load. Your what?
Richard Miller.
Who the hell's that?
That's my watch, man. Richard Miller.
Hold on. Are you trying to say Richard Mille?
Oh.
That expensive watch?
Never mind. I don't have one.
Yeah.
I don't have a watch. I don't believe in them. I think they're stupid.
If you keep your shelving business going, you might be able to afford one of those one day.
One day?
Yeah. Or maybe right now. I don't know. I want to know, Roxanne, you had a mother-daughter day yesterday. Dig Dug, your new husband, dropped off your 4-year-old daughter, right? Is she 4?
She's 3.
3. He drops off your daughter. You're having mother-daughter day. You're wearing a bikini top in the studio yesterday with some kind of a beach dress.
Mm-hmm, because we have no dress code here. So,
like you were looking like some kind of flower girl or something. And then the next thing we know is you're sending the group a text that you're at the dentist getting a cavity drilled.
At 4:30.
And then she's all loving it.
All right,
yeah.
But wait a minute. Then it gets weird. All right.
Okay, can I back up a second? You're asking, putting all this out there. Let me explain. Yes. Daviana came in here, hung out with me at work while I did my bid days.
Did you go to the beach?
We ended up not going to the beach because we didn't know how much time we were going to have because, I stay here and do my whole midday shift.
No, you don't.
Obviously, she does.
It's in the can by 10:30.
Yeah. Right.
And then,
what did you do with your daughter?
So we ended up, seriously, I was like, do I really want to go down, drive there, park? It's hot. I was starting to feel headachy then, I think.
What did you do?
So we went home, we practiced her swimming. She's amazing. She can swim now. So I'm so proud of her.
All right.
Then last night when I went to bed, see, this is the thing. Evelyn Jade is a very overpowering, sucks up all the air in the room, kind of like all of you guys. And so
I was going to say the same thing about you.
Listen, I want to cut to the chase here.
So we just had an amazing day with my baby, and then last night I went to bed. She kissed me on the forehead. She goes, "Mommy, you're the best mommy in the whole world."
Melting.
But wait a minute, that's not why I'm talking about this.
Oh, why are you talking about this?
Because you end up at the dentist, and you're texting us that you had your first cavity drilled ever.
Okay.
Is that true or false?
So,
and then,
it's funny you say that.
And then, are you lying to us or are you telling us the truth?
No.
Answer me. Did you have your first cavity ever drilled yesterday?
So I sent that text message.
Is
drilled?
Is it true or false?
Well, listen, then I asked my dentist.
Did you get drilled yesterday?
Yes, I did. Of course I did.
Okay.
Because I grind my teeth, apparently. So I have a little hole in my tooth.
Did you have a cavity?
I have a hole from grinding my teeth, so they covered that hole. Is that a cavity?
Well,
I think it is. A filling. It's a filling.
So you
got a filling.
I got a filling, yes.
But then you claimed, and this is what I found kind of awkward.
Okay.
You claimed that you told the dentist no Novocaine?
I did. I did, yes. So, because I like dental pain. And I've told you that before. It's just my thing.
Like dental pain?
Yes, because it makes me feel like
hurt me, doctor, hurt
good
me.
Good things are happening in your mouth when they're like really getting in there and flossing and doing the teeth cleaning and digging around.
You get weirder by the day.
Is that like a thing? Does that have a name?
I like dental pain.
It's actually the exact opposite, right? The more painful the dentist is, the worse care you're taking.
If you've never had a cavity drilled, so what would you know about dental pain?
Okay.
What dental pain have you had prior if you never had a cavity drilled?
First of all, it's not, I just like the pain in my mouth when they're cleaning my teeth and flossing and hurting me. Okay,
Wait till the drill hits your nerve.
Hurt me in my mouth. Hurt me.
There was a little bit, it was not a lie. It was I forgot in that text that I sent you because I did have one prior filling because then I'm lying there and I asked afterwards, I go, do I have any other fillings in my teeth? And she said, yeah, you have one here. And I remember, yes, I did get a filling years ago. I never had them as a kid. My mom didn't let us have any sugar in the house. Right. So because we couldn't get cavities.
So you did have a filling prior.
So I did. I
Okay.
had one prior. And during that filling,
Yeah.
I requested no Novocaine.
How old were you?
Like shortly before I had my kids.
So,
So,
Wait a
7 years
so
ago?
30s.
Hold on. I'm
30s.
thinking that you're like 11 years old.
No.
You're
No, I never had a cavity as a kid.
So why do you tell us your first cavity if you had a cavity drilled as an
Because
adult?
I'm getting to that. Because when you have children.
What, you going to lie to us?
Okay.
No.
You're just going to make crap up?
No, when you have kids as a woman, you guys don't understand this. When you push the babies out, you push a lot of your brain cells out. Because if you you have to like delete the memory of childbirth or nobody would have more than one child. And sometimes when you're deleting that memory, you delete other memories.
It's true. That's a known fact.
It's a known fact. It makes perfect sense.
All right, whatever.
And so I deleted the memory about my one filling. And then she was like, no, you do have one right here. And I was like, oh, that's right. And that's where it all
okay.
started. I had no Novocaine on that one, and I loved it.
All right. So you had a filling. So did they use the drill to go zzz?
They did like a sandblaster thing.
Hold on.
I
Did
don't-
they use the drill? Did the drill go zzz?
Yeah, she said it's gonna. She said you're gonna feel like you're at the beach getting sand on
All
you.
right. Did you get drilled?
I think so. Of course I did. There was like vibrations and stuff. Yeah.
Well, because I'm just asking because did they want to give you Novocaine?
No, they said, do you want Novocaine? I said no.
All right. Well, I
You're
don't know.
an animal.
I don't know if the process and procedure you had yesterday was equivalent to actually getting a cavity drilled, but you went Novocaine free. And
Yes.
Was it painful at times?
Not as painful as I would have liked.
Wow. Okay.
You more dental pain, please.
No, it's just
Please.
because it feels like it's doing something good.
I just want to say I love the beautiful mind of Roxanne.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I think you need someone else working on your head, but that's a whole different story.
Maybe with a drill.
All right, so Fessa, what did you find on Reddit?
So Roxanne was talking about how she likes dental pain, and and Froggy even brought it up. He goes, "Is there a name for that?" So I just typed in, likes dental pain. What is that called?
Oh my God, look what Fester found. He found a headline on Reddit that says, I love the feeling of tooth pain. It's indescribably sensual.
No.
Almost can I finish?
No.
It's indescribably sensual, almost euphoric. What
Yes.
unlikely sensation do you enjoy? So this is a whole thread on people talking about unlikely sensations that they enjoy.
Wow.
All right.
Like my wife leaning against the dryer?
Wow. All right, moving along here.
Professor.
No, that'd be the washing machine.
Oh, yeah, spin cycle. Damn it, I missed that whole
No, you put shoes in the dryer.
No, you put cinder blocks in the dryer.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
I don't know what's going on with teens, but there are two stories that caught my attention with really, really bad teenage drivers. We're talking hell on wheels. Did you see the story of the teenager that deliberately rammed her car into a brick wall at 100 miles an hour and it killed her boyfriend?
Yeah, she just got booked.
Yeah, she got sentenced.
I
Yeah.
watched the sentencing.
No, she didn't get booked.
Or she just got
Yeah,
sentenced.
she got sentenced. She got life in prison
I watched the whole sentencing.
Where were you watching the sentencing?
on court TV
On YouTube,
or
on
Law and
YouTube,
Order or whatever.
Law and Order YouTube.
Yeah, whatever.
But
Law and Crime.
she was shocked that she got life or whatever.
This is an Ohio teenager who murdered her boyfriend and his friend by deliberately slamming her car into a wall at 100 miles an hour, made this like tearful apology. Oh, that she never would have killed her soulmate on purpose. So she was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison on Monday. It's Mackenzie Sharilla, 19 years of age. They've called her hell on wheels, literally, and she learned her fate on Monday. This was the case that happened in July of 2022. Crash killed her boyfriend, Dominic Russo, 20, and his friend Davion Flanagan, 19, and she was sentenced to 2 concurrent 15 years to life sentences listen, they found, drugs in the car? And anyway, this girl's a mess. She was 17 when it happened. 19 now, and she's like all tearful, and I'm so sorry. Well, hey, you should have thought about that before you rammed your car into a wall at 100 miles an hour. So she's got to serve at least 15. So we'll see what happens after fit. We'll check back. And then the other story, the other teenage hell on wheels story is this.
We'll check back in 15 years. I'll put it.
Yeah, put that on the calendar.
Yeah, put it in my calendar.
Have that go ding in 15 years, all right? See if we're still here. I highly doubt it. But the other crazy teenage story is, and this is nuts, police found beer cans and a fake ID inside a vehicle driven by a teenager who was killed fleeing police in a violent crash. The crash was so violent, the car engine, under the hood, the car engine got catapulted out of the car and smashed through the second floor of a house. Is that insane? Through the wall of a house. It's a brick wall, another brick wall. And you can, on the video, on the picture, you could see this. It's like a cartoon cutout. You know when a cartoon character runs through like a fence or a wall?
Yeah, and like their image is perfectly cut through it.
The car engine got flung to the second story of a brick house and smashed the car engine into the house. 19-year-old, what's going on with these teenagers? What's going on here? 19-year-old man was ejected from a 2011 Nissan Altima when it struck a 2023 Jeep Wrangler. I mean, this is an insane, insane story. This is up in Massachusetts.
The hole in the brick wall.
It is unbelievable. Can you imagine you wake up and you got a car engine in your bedroom or something?
Was she trying to kill herself, too?
Well, hold on. We got two different stories going on here.
No, the first girl I was thinking about.
Yeah. Can you stop doing your shelving reports for a minute? Just pay attention so you know what I'm
totally
talking
paying
about.
attention. I'm just trying to figure that out.
All right, so the 19-year-old girl, I don't know if she was trying to kill herself, but she killed her boyfriend and the other. Why is that? Why do the perps survive and the others don't? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's weird.
So, and then beer cans, fake ID, the 19-year-old fleeing from the cops, gets into a crash so violent that the car engine is dismounted from the vehicle and hurls to the second story of a house and through a brick wall.
Wow.
Man, that's just total hell on wheels with some of these crazy teenage stories these days. All right, then we get to the bar story. And I found this very interesting. You ever hear bartenders at the bar shouting out like certain codes, certain numbers? Well, there is apparently a bartender numerical code system where they don't want the customers, the clientele, to know exactly what they're talking about. So they use these numerical codes. And listen, like 86. A lot of people know 86. Like if you get 86 from a club, you get thrown out. But if a bartender says, yeah, we're 86 on that, that means they ran out. So, yeah, where's the the Stoli vodka? Or, where's the Absolute? Oh, we're 86 on that.
86
Yeah. So that's an easy one. You're 86, they're out of a product. But then there are other code numbers that you might hear at the bar that you might not know what they mean. And I found this pretty interesting. For a lot of bartenders, if they say 200 means that a customer's waiting. 700. Oh, yeah, we got a 700. 700 over here. Do you know what a 700 is?
Big fat guy?
No.
It's the complete opposite end of the spectrum, dude. Oh, you're thinking 700 like it's 700 pounds?
I mean, if 200 is one normal customer waiting, 700 would be a really obese customer.
Is that what you're thinking? No. Other end of the spectrum would be what?
There's nobody at the bar?
No, 700 refers to an attractive customer.
Got 700 over here.
Yeah, I got a 700. Yep,
thank you.
I'm doing a 700 over here.
Why wouldn't it be like a 10?
Listen, I don't know. I'm just telling you that if a bartender uses the number 700, it means they're referring to an attractive customer.
And what is that? Just to say they're hot?
Yeah.
Hey, Froggy.
Got 700 over here. Check her out.
Got a 700 looking for
What are
a
you guys
white wine.
talking? What do you mean? What do you think?
A 100 is a you know what? Are there any bartenders listening? Can you confirm these code numbers? In your bartending universe, do you use any of these bar code numbers? If you're a bartender, hey, load up the lines. Let's go. Let me hear from bartenders right now.
Bartenders all sleeping.
Well, that's the point. If you're a bartender who's awake at 7:54, dial us up. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. If you're a bartender that's awake, do you concur with these numbers? Here are more. 100. So if a bartender says something about 100,
Ugly.
that means a cleanup.
Oh.
What about we got a 200. We got a 200. A 200 means that a customer needs serving.
Yeah, 200 is customers waiting,
Yep.
right?
Do you know what a 601 and a 602 is?
No.
Got a 601.
I'm not a bartender.
Someone like passed out on the bar?
Nope, 601 and 602. Think about it. 601, 602.
We got 7 Mary 2, 7 Mary 3.
That's chips.
Oh. Been watching a lot of chips lately.
Wasn't it 7 Mary 3 and 4?
Yeah, 7 Mary 3 and 4.
Yeah, see, that was chips.
You're right.
Yeah. All right.
Punch was 4.
So a 601 and a 602. What would a number 1 and number 2 be?
Oh, someone peed their pants at the bar.
Well, you're close.
Oh.
If a bartender says, "Hey, need a 601," it means they got to do a number 1. They got to leave the bar.
Oh, the bartender has to.
Yeah. Bartender needs to go do a number 1. A 602 means they
Okay.
got to do a number.
Really? This is TMI.
It's really specific.
Yeah.
Why did you say 1 or 2?
The other barback doesn't need to know anything. Why, just take a break. I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Yeah. All right, here are some other codes. Hey, phones are ringing, Andrew. Can you grab the calls, please? Thanks. 800-990-1047. Are you a bartender or have you ever been a bartender? Have you ever heard these codes? 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. All right, now, here are some other ones. A 719 is pretty damn good. A 303 means it looks like your grandfather. So, this is pretty funny. So, some codes are an area code scale for women. Listen, this is a little sexist, actually. The first number is the scale of 0 to 9, and the second number, either a 0 or 1, would be would or wouldn't, and the last number is body. So a 719 is pretty damn good, and a 303 looks like your grandfather. You got it?
This is getting a little...
Yeah, it's getting a little touchy. Yeah.
And then if you have a 919, that's as close to perfection. So these are male bartenders, it seems, that are kind of, rating some of the female customers.
Sexist.
Yep. Yeah, 300, an attractive lady as well. I'm sorry. So what was the attractive one? 700. So a 700 is an attractive customer, and a 300
is an unattractive customer.
Means a big pair of boobies.
Really?
A 300.
So again, you've got the 700 and the 300. Can't
You know what?
just...
I'm going to judge the bartender.
Yeah.
You know what? You're ugly.
You're a
314.
You're a 101 or something. I don't know. All right, let me grab Crystal. Crystal might be a bartender. Crystal, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hi.
Morning.
Crystal, are you in the bartending business?
Yes. I actually called a couple weeks ago. I work at Hula.
Oh, yeah. All right, so have you ever heard of these numerical codes used behind the bar?
Never.
Really?
Yeah, my bartender buddy said he didn't either.
It's more like a club thing. I used to do clubs when I was younger. That
Right.
sounds like club night bartending.
Yeah.
All right, so you think that's more of a club situation with these numbers?
Right. I've never heard of that in a restaurant.
Yeah, this is from a Reddit thread, and they're saying that it's it's barcodes for bartenders. So, what codes are? Do you guys have any words that you use so you can communicate without the customers know what you're talking about?
No, not really. 86 is definitely a number that's used when you're out of something,
Yeah.
like you said.
Yeah, that's the first one I mentioned. So, all right, well,
Other than that, we just cover our mouths and talk so you can't read our lips.
okay, all right. Well, hey, Crystal, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. Oh, maybe this list sucks. Maybe this list is maybe this list is a bogus pile of crap from Reddit.
Seems like a lot of work.
All right, speaking of alcohol, this is pretty cool. Guess who's coming to town this weekend?
I saw that.
Mark Wahlberg.
The Funky Bunch.
Yeah.
I was going to guess like Jack Daniels or something.
So, Froggy, all I had to say was, speaking of alcohol, guess who's coming to town? You knew I was talking about Mark Wahlberg?
Well, I follow him on the IG.
And then, Roxanne, you just blurted out Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, Mark Wahlberg is going to be at Lucan's in South Tampa. Lucan's, fine wines and liquors in South Tampa, because Mark Wahlberg is behind a tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get Chris on the phone. Chris is with Lucan's, and I didn't know Chris until he came up to me a couple of months back at Roca. And I was just having dinner with Michelle, and Chris from Lucan's said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to introduce myself." And, we've communicated numerous times since then.
That's cool.
Let me get Chris on the phone and find out about Mark Wahlberg coming to town. I mean, Mark Wahlberg, he's an A-lister, man.
in every way, absolutely.
I mean, Mark Wahlberg, and he's likable. I like Mark Wahlberg.
I love him.
I mean, when I think of actors that I like, Mark Wahlberg is on the list.
He's very religious now.
Yeah, he is.
All right, I'm going to call up Chris Jallo from Lucan's, and he might have a little surprise for us.
Hello?
Chris, it's MJ Live. How you doing, buddy?
Good morning, MJ. Good. How are you?
Doing well. So you're an old listener. You go way back to MJ days over on the other station, right?
Oh, yeah. Old days. I grew up listening to you back when the crotchety old man phone calls. My whole family grew up listening to you.
Did you ever buy a CD?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, man, thank you. You helped build my house in Beach Park. I appreciate it. So,
Yeah, those Christmas special CDs are our favorite.
yeah. Hey, Chris, am I pronouncing the name right? Jallo?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank God. All right, so listen, thanks for coming up to us. Michelle and I were having dinner a couple of months back at Roca, a Michelin-starred restaurant now on Palm across from Armature Works. And you came up and you said, "Hey, man, I'm sorry to interrupt." And I said, "Hey, no, absolutely." And you introduced yourself, so thank you for that. But you guys, you own Lucan's. How many Lucan's locations are there?
We have a total of 8 locations in Florida, and then obviously ship nationally wines and spirits as well.
Gotcha. So this is awesome. You guys are bringing Mark Wahlberg, a total A-list actor. You're bringing him to town this weekend, and he's going to sign autographs at the new location in South Tampa on Kennedy. You know, you call it the Tampa Midtown location. It's just south of 275, a little south of the new Midtown, and that's the old Rooms to Go Kids, right?
Yes, it is. It's old Rooms to Go Kids in between 275 and Kennedy on Dale Mabry.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool store. I've been in numerous times, and the store is awesome. And this week, Saturday, you're bringing in Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, so Saturday, Mark's coming in between 11:30 and 1 o'clock to do a bottle signing of his ultra premium tequila called Flecha Azul. So we've had a lot of celebrities come in over the years, athletes, actors, but we are really, really stoked about Mark Wahlberg coming in. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, that's pretty hot. I mean, listen, Mark Wahlberg is a sex symbol to many women, probably some guys as well. But
Many guys.
You know, listen, I enjoy movies that Mark Wahlberg is in. I enjoy, he's one of the celebrities which, he gets a good Q score from me. And to have him in South Tampa on Saturday morning at 11:30 to 1, I mean, that's a pretty big deal, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a huge deal for Lucan's. It's a huge deal for Tampa Bay. We're really excited. The fans have been really excited. Our customers have been really excited, and we're just happy to share this moment with everyone in Tampa Bay.
All right, so what's the story? You have to have a ticket now. Are there tickets still available, or is it sold out? What's going on?
Yeah, so we have worked with Mark to expand the ticket allocation. So the tickets are available at our website at lucansliquors.com. There's multiple levels of tickets that customers can buy. So essentially, if you purchase a ticket online, and there's 5 total tickets, including a VIP, that if you purchase a VIP ticket, which gets you 3 bottles, 3 signatures, and a chance to skip the main line and go on a VIP line.
Wow.
But what you'll do is you'll purchase the ticket online, pick your selection. The bottles will be waiting for you at the event, so you don't have to worry about grabbing the bottles beforehand, having them shipped to you. We make it really easy, really simple. But we'll basically do the lines start forming at 9 o'clock. If you purchased a ticket at a time, it's only advanced ticketing right now. You'll be able to get in line at 9 o'clock, whether VIP or regular line, and then get your chance to meet Mark, get your bottle signed, take a picture with him, and then get on your way and get a pretty special gift at the end of it with that signed bottle.
Hey, Chris, I have a couple questions for you. This is
Absolutely.
Roxanne. So have you met Mark before?
No, so I've spoken with him and his team in the past, but I've not met him in person yet.
I interviewed him years ago. You're going to love him. He's really, really cool. The other thing I want to tell you is my sister's texting me right now, and she's like, tell Chris that Pat Clark is your brother-in-law, that Pat knows you and your brother, John.
I got Froggy making shrieking
That was an
feedback.
accident.
I got Froggy making shrieking feedback on his headphones. Did you put your headphones on the microphone a few minutes ago?
No, my chair ran into the volume and turned it so loud it blasted it fed
God.
back, and I can't hear
And
anything.
Roxanne is now sending private text messages? What?
She's making awkward small talk with the guy from the liquor
Chris,
store.
Chris, you know my brother-in-law, right? I think he's probably...
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah, I know Pat very well.
Of course.
Pat's great. But
right.
yeah, Roxanne, to answer your question, he's been phenomenal. Out of all the celebrities we've ever talked to, he literally seems to be like just a regular guy that you'd meet on, at a store or at a bar or at a restaurant. Kind of like how MJ and I got a chance to meet at Roca.
Yeah.
Very, very approachable, very, very, very cordial, very, very friendly.
That's about the only comparison you could make between MJ and Mark Wahlberg. Okay. I mean,
Listen, hey, dude, I've been doing X-Force body, baby, twice a week on Kennedy, man. I'm getting ripped like Mark Wahlberg.
So the question.
Look at these guns.
All right.
He's actually flexing.
Thank
MJ
God.
TV, look at this.
All right. Thank God we're on the radio.
All right.
MJ, are you going to go to this, MJ? You going to go meet Mark?
All right, here's the issue. Now,
Yeah.
here's the problem.
What's the problem?
Chris invited Michelle and me,
Right?
but Chris, I am so dying to go, but we Michelle's flying up to New York on Thursday tomorrow. Then I fly up on Friday morning after the show because we're taking Julian to NYU. He starts his freshman year this coming week. And then Chloe, we have to take her up to New Hampshire. So we've got to double take the kids to college weekend this weekend. So we're out of town, Chris.
Oh man, that's too bad. I mean, maybe the rest of your team can come by and get a chance to meet him. Then we're going to be missing you if you're not going to be able to be there. But congratulations on NYU and getting him started over there.
Yeah. So listen, the rest of the team, Fester, Froggy, Roxanne, if you guys want to go, I'm sure they can accommodate. I'm just kind of bummed I can't be there. So he's there again. Mark Wahlberg at Lucan's, the brand new location, which is an awesome looking store. On Southdale Mabry. It's between 275 and Kennedy Boulevard. If you're heading south, it's on the right. It's the old Rooms to Go Kids location. And how many spots are available? Do you have a number? And what is the price range? What is the lowest ticket amount to meet Mark Wahlberg? And what's the VIP? What is the range in prices?
So we made it pretty special. The lowest ticket entry is $50, but that's not an added cost. So that's the cost of the bottle. There's no added fees or anything like that.
So you get the bottle of tequila for $50.
$50, and then it goes up to $200 for VIP, which is 3 bottles. It's actually cheaper than buying 3 bottles.
Wow.
And you can pick your choice of bottles, Blanco, Añejo, Reposado. The extra Añejo, which is really special, is a $325 ticket, but that's the cost of the bottle as well. So nothing is over the cost of the bottle. In fact, the VIP is less than the purchase of 3.
Wow.
So it's a pretty great ordeal. A lot of these signings, people charge an extra fee to get in, to meet them. In terms of allocation, and available tickets, we do still have some left. We've added more, as I've explained. My brother, John, who handles these events and ticketing, has continued to push to add more. We're going to try to get as many people through as we can. But one thing we're doing as well, MJ, and you may want to get to it, and you and I chatted about it. I mean, we wanted to do and offer a ticket giveaway for one of your listeners on this show. So, if you guys are open to it, we'd love to do that.
Oh, yeah. Listen,
one of your listeners.
So I would love to give a a ticket away. So one person or like a couple could go. How would we do this?
So what we would like to do for you guys is offer you guys to give away a VIP ticket. So that will be 3 bottles of their choice.
Wow!
Ooh.
Whoa! 3 bottles.
And that will give them the ability to bring. I mean, if it's a winner, they could bring their spouse, their partner, if they want to bring their kid with them as well.
Oh, yeah.
In order to keep the line moving, even with the VIP ticket, it's only one picture because, as you can imagine, people want to take 25 photos of each angle with him. So, but they could bring a friend or a spouse or a partner with them to take that photo as well.
All right,
that's pretty awesome.
Chris, this is awesome. So Lukens is giving us a VIP ticket. You can bring a kid or a spouse as well. I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me get my act together on this, and what I'll do is we'll give it away tomorrow.
Okay.
So we'll give it away tomorrow, and we can promote it. We can talk about it. So a VIP ticket will give us away, including 3 bottles of Mark Wahlberg's tequila. You get to meet Mark Wahlberg at Lukens on Saturday and get a picture. This is awesome.
We're excited. And listen, I wish we could have hosted you too, MJ, but we're happy to host Froggy, Roxanne, and Fester as well.
Oh, that's so
thank
sweet.
you.
Thank you, Chris.
Sounds fantastic. Hey, Chris, Chris Jallo from Lukens Fine Wines and Spirits. And listen, I'm a frequent customer. Hey, just a couple of days ago, I was in the the Kennedy store with Michelle. So, all right, Chris.
Yeah, and listen, MJ, we really appreciate it. And that one of the things you didn't mention, one of the reasons I especially wanted to come up and meet you is we've appreciated all your patronage to the stores and posts and social media. So thank you so much for loving our stores, and we continue to hope to serve everyone in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, listen, I've been a Lukens fan for quite some time. Chris, all right, I'll be in touch with you later on because I got to coordinate it with the promotions department so we can give away the VIP deal. So do me a favor. I got to make a note here. So give me the rundown one more time. Tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show, and I'll figure out when. Tomorrow I'm going to give away a VIP ticket. Give me the whole rundown of what you get when we give away the VIP ticket, Chris.
Okay, guys. So the VIP ticket, obviously Saturday, August 26th, 11:30 to 1 p.m. Line starts forming 9 o'clock. With the VIP ticket giveaway, the winner will receive their choice of 3 bottles of Fletcher Azul tequila, their choice of either a Blanco, Repo, or Anejo. They can get all 3 Anejo, they can get all 3 Blanco, or one of each. That will give them the VIP line access as well, which will go through before the regular admission entry. They'll get a chance to meet Mark Wahlberg, get their 3 bottles signed, take a photo with him. They will not allow any outside items to be signed, only the bottles of tequila. And the lucky winner can bring their partner, spouse, or even their kid with them to take a photo and meet Mark as well.
All right, so it's a +1. Chris, awesome. I'll be in touch with you later on so we can figure out how to, get the winner, the ticket, and we'll give this away tomorrow morning here on the MJ Morning Show.
Absolutely. Any other questions you guys have, feel free to reach out to me.
All right, Chris,
Awesome.
I'm going to reach out to you and send you some information. All right, Chris? This is Froggy.
All right, awesome. That
right,
works.
thanks, buddy.
And we got to talk about some Pappy. All
Yeah,
right, talk
and I
to
have to talk to you too privately,
no worries.
Chris.
I know you like your bourbons. You know we'll take care of you guys.
Look at the 3 of you. Hey, Chris, you open yourself up to questions, and all 3 of the lushes in the room are like, I got a question for you. I want to talk to the liquor guy.
Hold on, Froggy, do you
We
have
live for that. You guys have no idea. That's what we try to do. Take care of our customers.
Listen, I'm just
and
thinking about-
take care of you guys.
I'm just thinking about 8 stores.
Yeah.
Oh,
Froggy wants to provide your shelving.
Froggy wants to sell you the shelving.
Listen, we do a lot of liquor stores. We should talk.
No problem. Anytime, Froggy.
All right, buddy.
Roxanne, did you have a question?
Yeah, I want to talk mesquite fire tequila with you after we get through this. After we get through this whole thing this weekend.
All right, Chris, I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, MJ. Thanks.
Thanks.
Guys.
All right.
Appreciate having me on.
Wow,
Thanks,
I got to
Chris.
check out one of those
All right,
stores.
so Chris from Lukens. So tomorrow, we're going to give away this VIP ticket to get 3 free bottles of tequila. This is the brand that Mark Wahlberg is representing, and it's called Fletcher Azul Tequila.
It's supposed to be fan. It's like I think it's like the #1 tequila right now.
So you get the 3 bottles. You'll meet Mark Wahlberg, take a picture with Mark Wahlberg. He'll sign all 3 of your tequila bottles, and we're going to give away a VIP ticket +1 tomorrow here on the MJ Morning Show. That's pretty cool that Mark Wahlberg's going to be on Southdale Mabry across from the Village Inn, essentially. You know, it's
he's going to stop for pancakes afterwards.
You know, this right down from Wawa, you know?
Listen,
down from Midtown.
That's very cool.
It is.
The guys at The Departure. It's like one of my favorite movies.
A bunch of great movies by this guy.
And they did open up the tickets. I remember he told me that they were like sold out, but now they've opened it up a little more. So if you go to the Lukens website, I guess you can buy the different levels of tickets. There are still some available to meet Mark Wahlberg on Saturday morning, 11:30, and then get a bottle or bottles of tequila.
Awesome.
Good stuff. All right, so keep listening. You know what? I can pretty much tell you when we'll do it.
When do you want to do it?
I got to figure out the best way to give this away, but we'll do it during like the we'll do it during the hour and 20-minute chunk of the show, which is like between 7:23 and 8:40. So tomorrow morning I'll have it narrowed down more on when we're going to give away the chance to meet Mark Wahlberg, and I'll announce that first thing tomorrow morning, or maybe if I figure it out, I'll do it before we end the show today.
Have you noticed we've been playing more Mark Wahlberg on Q105?
Yeah, because we're playing Good Vibrations.
Yeah.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, which maybe that was like the precursor. You know,
Who knows?
we knew it. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And I can't believe I'm going to be. I'd love to meet Mark. Listen, I'm not much of a celebrity chaser, but I would like. There are a few celebrities I'd like to meet, and guess what? Mark Wahlberg is one of the celebs I'd like to meet.
And you're going to be missing out.
I'm going to be up in New York taking Julian to school, and then up in New Hampshire taking Chloe to school this coming weekend. Heidi Klum. Heidi Klum, 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 come on back to my room.
Excuse me?
What?
You're going to get canceled.
All right, so Heidi Klum has revealed that she only eats blank calories a day. Roxanne, would you like to guess? You know what? Maybe I should play this music instead. How many don't go over, because Heidi Klum will fall right off that cliff. All right? How many calories a day does supermodel Heidi Klum eat?
Okay, so how many calories a day do we need to maintain our body weight? Isn't it like roughly 100 for your body weight or something like that?
Yeah, it's roughly 100 calories a day. That's right.
Yeah, stick a celery.
100 calories a day. Yes,
per body,
Roxanne,
per pound.
how many calories does Heidi Klum eat a day?
Well, the clue that you gave us, you said only eat. So we know it's going to be low. So I'm going to say 1,600.
Oh, no.
It's actually a pretty robust diet.
No, it's not.
Yes,
that's nothing.
If you're
1,600 is actually that's roughly around what's recommended for women.
What?
The average male, it's recommended you do 2,000 calories a day. A woman is like 15 to 6. Hold on. Give me the calorie count, Fester. The average recommended calories per day for women, guys are like 2,000 calories a day.
So on average, women should eat 2,000 calories a day.
Yeah, I eat about 500 calories in my goat milk shake every morning.
On average, a woman should eat 2,000 calories a day to maintain her weight and should limit her caloric intake to 1,500 or less in order to lose 1 pound per week. All right, so
my guess of 1,600 for Heidi, who's tall, is pretty accurate.
All right, so wait a minute. So I guess my math is a little off here, because it says for the average male to maintain his body weight, he should eat 2,500 calories a day. See, I always thought, like when I read a nutrition label, doesn't it say it's based on 2,000 calories a day?
Yeah.
Like the percentage of sodium and carbohydrates
the percentage.
and all. Yeah, I think it's based on 2,000 calories. So I thought I'd always heard that men are like 2,000 calories is what's recommended, and that women were a little less.
So it's a little higher than that.
Yeah, but Roxanne, you said what?
1,600.
Yeah, I mean,
it's actually
that's a good guess.
But that's a decent amount of calories a day.
Yeah, and she's a tall woman with a larger body weight to maintain, is my guess.
But if I'm doing this story, wouldn't it probably just inherently be a lower number?
I don't think that 1,600 is that low of a number.
Okay.
Well, I do.
It's too high of a number.
Excuse me, too high of a number. I don't think it's too high of a number. I think
Perfect if you're taking the SATs.
I don't know that there's any,
yeah, it is.
I don't know if there's any value to
Great score.
Let's do a story about somebody who takes the
but wait a
exact
minute.
recommended amount of
Hold
calories.
on. Didn't the SATs go to like 2,400? Wasn't it like the written portion then added like another 800 points or
It was
something?
just a joke. I don't know.
Anyway, can I give you the answer now?
Yeah.
Heidi Klum admits she only eats 900 calories a day.
Well, if she's not wasting away then she must have a slow metabolism.
You know, when Michelle and I do a couple of times a year, we'll do the Prolon fasting mimicking diet. And I believe by the end that I'm down to about, I think, 700 calories a day. You know, when you do like the final day or so of the Prolon fasting mimicking diet.
I tried Prolon that 1 week, and I think I did like 2 days, and I cheated all the rest of the days.
Well, you wasted your money then. You didn't
It's
get the
hard
benefit.
to do. It was hard. It was hard. I did it for 2 days.
It's called discipline.
She did pro little, not pro long.
Pro little. All right. So, former Victoria's Secret model Heidi Klum says that she eats up to 900 calories a day, so she can actually eat less than that.
Has she posted what her daily menu is?
And guess, now she's tall. How tall is Heidi Klum? Is
I
she
would
like,
guess she's 5'10". Let's see.
give me her, and then I'm going to tell you what her weight is. She also revealed she is 5'9". So Heidi Klum, German-born, is 5'9", and what do you think her weight varies? Her weight varies between blank and blank. Roxanne, would you like to guess again? What do you think her weight? Don't go over, or else she's going to crash off that Swiss Alp again, all right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What do you think she weighs?
56 kilograms.
Just give me in pounds, please.
I just Googled it.
Kilograms, about
That's what it is.
2.2 pounds. You
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
I looked at her height, and before you brought up her weight, I Googled her weight, and
Heidi Klum says that her weight toggles back and forth between 137 and 139.
Too
specific.
For 5'9", that's pretty thin, isn't it? 137 and 139 at 5'9".
Yeah, I mean
She's
my
a
weight.
bantamweight.
My weight toggles like 5 pounds. Like I have a good 5-pound range.
Listen, if I go for a walk, like I'll do a 5-mile walk on Saturday and Sunday morning, and I'll sweat and I'll lose 5 pounds in water weight during a walk. Seriously, I'll weigh myself before I leave the house. I get back and I'm dripping wet, with the 110 feels like temps out there.
Yeah.
And I'll come back and I will literally weigh 5 pounds less. But then, I'll guzzle like a big 1.5 liter bottle of Zephyr Hills, and then you kind of put the weight right back on. But that again, it's water weight, and it's the exercise that feels great. And I'm sweating out all those heavy metals like arsenic and mercury, and all.
I think that's so good for you. By the way, I think that like sweating like that is really good for you.
Listen, Michelle loves that sweatology,
right?
Michelle wishes she could get this sweatology more. That's where they put you into that sweat tunnel. Over on South MacDill.
Why don't you tell Michelle to save her money and get to ditch digging?
There we go. Well, I'm going to get you a job burying cables for Spectrum. when it's 96 degrees outside with a feels like temp of 114.
You want to get to sweating?
Yeah.
Dig them ditches up.
Bury some Spectrum cables, man.
So I saw online recently photos, and I think they're a year old, of Heidi Klum and her daughter, who's now a professional model. And geez.
Well, they're doing those creepy like lingerie.
It's not creepy if it's her kid.
No,
But
no, because it's some of the poses they're doing. They're doing these really sexy poses in lingerie. We've talked about this over the last year.
They're kind of just standing there.
No,
they have some butt shots of them.
The one that you're looking at, they're standing there, but there are some that are more provocative.
Yeah, it's called art and entertainment, and they're trying to get people to talk about it. So they're going to do a little more whatever.
Susan Boyle does it with her daughter.
Yes. All widescreen.
You know what, Fest? Really?
You're really my joke? I'm the one person who can address large people issues, and I have Froggy making his snarky comment, and he doesn't get Froggy, really?
I didn't say she was big.
Shush your mouth.
Got a question for you guys. And let me know if this has ever happened to you or you, the listener. So those listening to the MJ Morning Show right now, has this ever happened to you? Like, for me, when it comes to sleeping at night and dreaming, I would only remember like 1 or 2 dreams, it would seem, a week. I would have like some kind of a vivid dream, and I would remember the dream content, maybe once or twice a week. But I don't know what's going on. The last week, I'm remembering dreams, and it's like 1, 2, or 3 every single night. And they're like, I'll share like a couple of dreams I just recently had. So one of the dreams I had, and this was, not last night. Last night I had this crazy woman that picked me up at the airport, a talent agent in Los Angeles, and then she got into a high-speed chase. That was nuts.
That was the dream?
Oh, yeah. I had this old woman who was a talent agent, and she picked me up at LAX and was driving erratically, and the police tried to pull over, and then she's like, "Hold on, Sonny." And then she, seriously, she floors it, and we're in a high-speed chase. I got LAPD behind us. They throw out the stop sticks, and the car tires go, and we finally stop. They rip this lady. She was like 90 years old. She's a 90-year-old talent agent. They rip her out of the car and handcuff her. And that was like a vivid dream from last night. But one of the other ones.
Well, let me go ahead and analyze that. That is, your contract negotiations are coming. So you've got your talent agent, and then you've got all the police are symbolic of like the different people who want you.
I don't.
jail?
But I don't have an agent.
He's his own agent.
I don't want an agent because guess what?
Been down that route.
Agents try to take 10%.
The old woman is you.
And guess what? I've been able to negotiate better deals over the bulk of my career than I think that agents would have, and I don't have to give them 10%.
MJ, this is your agent. Good news. I got you a parking spot.
Right. So
Yes.
I don't have an agent, and I don't plan on getting an agent. I've been doing it myself for a very, very long time. All right. Now, the other dream, and this is, again, if anyone can anyone weigh in on this? 800-990-1047. What is going on where I would remember maybe 1 or 2 dreams a week, and now I'm remembering multiple dreams every single night? Is something going on? Do I've got like some kind of growth in my head? Am I getting older and like brain chemical crap is changing? What is going on? Why am I remembering like 3 and 4 dreams a night all of a sudden in just the last week? 800-990-1047 if you'd like to weigh in on this. And Roxanne, hold on, Roxanne.
I wish that you were standing where I am, and you can look at Roxanne. She is so eager to jump in, and she has something that's about to burst out of her.
I heard her gasp.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's like, and I'm like, calm down. Let him finish his sentence.
First, though, Robin Zander, lead singer of Cheap Trick, who we've had in the studio on multiple occasions over the years.
What other dream songs could we come up with?
That's all I could come up with. All right, Roxanne. And if any listeners would like to weigh in, why am I suddenly having more vivid dreams and I'm remembering 3 and 4 a night?
Dream on. Get that
Dream
one.
on.
Dream on.
Oh,
Dream on.
That's right.
Yes. Andrew,
Yeah.
hook it up.
Aerosmith.
Yes.
All right, 800-990-1047 if you can help me out on this. So, Roxanne, what do you think it is?
I have to tell you, the reason I'm just flipping out over here is because I've been having the same thing happen to me this week. I've been having multiple dreams at night and remembering them with a lot of clarity in the morning.
Wait a minute.
Last night I did.
All right, hold on.
I can't share those dreams with you. They are private. The night before I did.
Whoa, stop.
What?
Take a breath. Hold on. So you're telling me that as I'm telling my story, you're saying, oh
Feeling
my God, this is happening to me exactly what MJ's describing?
She one
This
up
week-
you, dude.
I'm not trying to one up,
No,
but never.
Roxanne's a little bit of a one-upper.
All right, so
She's a little
bit.
what are the private dreams from last night you can't tell us about?
I just said those are my own private dream business, but I will tell you the night before.
By any chance, the ones last night, were they like... Ooh.
No,
yeah.
no. Actually, they weren't. They weren't. But just sometimes you can't tell people your dreams because you don't want people to know what's in your subconscious. But anyways, last night or 2 nights ago, I dreamed I had 5 of my deceased friends or relatives visit me on a bus. And I had
Like the J.G. Wentworth
conversations.
commercial?
Death bus?
Just like that.
Really? Hi, Nicole in Clearwater. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Hi.
Yes, Nicole, go ahead.
I have narcolepsy, and so I get less deep sleep, and I get more REM. And so I remember dreams more, I think, than most people.
Now, are you able to drive with your narcolepsy, or are you prohibited from driving?
I can drive.
Now, you're on narcolepsy medication, correct?
Yes.
And like,
Yeah, and it's really not as bad as some people think.
all right, so like with your narcolepsy, let's say you were not medicated, what would happen? Give us an example.
Yeah.
I would just fall asleep very easily. Watching TV, I wouldn't just drop as I'm walking.
But if you were like driving a car on 275 North, would you fall asleep while, say it again?
I won't knock out, no.
Okay, but there are some people that can just fall asleep at like the drop of a pin, right?
Yes.
All right, now with your narcolepsy medication, does it correct it?
Yes. It keeps you awake.
So when was the last time you narcoed out?
Well, I do that every day, but it's when you're more resting. Like if you stop and you're just sitting down on the sofa, you can just,
Did you watch Narcos on Netflix?
No.
How could you not watch that? You have narcolepsy.
Yeah,
I never heard of it.
Oh, yeah, Narcos. It's about Mexican drug dealers who are narcoleptic.
Yeah. They fall asleep
wow.
right before the raid. They arrest them all because they're sleeping on the cocaine.
It's just narcotics. No, they don't have narcolepsy.
Oh, okay.
What a great premise, though.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
You should pitch that to Mark Wahlberg as his new show. He has a production company.
MJ, I think I know what it is, dude.
Hey, Nicole, thanks for checking in.
Okay, sure.
And thanks for not falling asleep during the MJ Morning Show, okay?
No.
Have a great one.
you.
Look, the phones are like all cranked up here. Let me, can you grab the ones ringing? Thank you. All right, Andrew's going to screen some more calls. Froggy, you think you know what is?
Well, I think you're just getting better rest now that you're not doing your afternoon show. Maybe you're going into a deeper realm of sleep. Because
Good answer.
You know what? Good answer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because I have reoccurring. I have the snake dream that's reoccurring where I live in the world of snakes and I'm trying to sell vests and I can't sell them.
How will it stay on?
I have it like every.
You know what that is, folks? Do you know what that noise is? That noise is the noise that somebody tried to hack my Instagram.
What?
Yep. Listen to this. Folks, this is a red MJ Morning Show alert. Somebody tried to hack my certified MJ radio. How do I know that? Because someone tried to sign in and obviously could not, so they hit the forgot password deal. So they went and they did certified MJ radio, then forgot password, and of course my email gets the forgot password email. Do you need to reset your password? Click here, blah. So somebody clearly is trying to hack into my certified MJ radio. That's a little bit alarming. And I checked it out. I'm like, man, this is probably because you have a lot of phishing. You have a lot of fake emails that come and they try to emulate the real email in order to click on a link. And then you give them all kinds of private and personal information, which I don't fall for phishing scams. I don't fall for that garbage. But the minute I got this email last night that said, hey, did you request a password change? I'm like, no, I did not. I did not request a password change for certified MJ radio. And then I looked at the email where it came from, and it was legit. So the email actually came from security@mail.instagram.com. So I got a legit, it wasn't phishing.
What time did you get this email?
I got it last night at I don't know what time I can go back and look.
Okay.
But I saw it last night at about 7:00, and
could you please take a second and tell me exactly what time it came in?
Yeah, hang on. I'll scroll down.
Please.
Oh.
This is very important.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Very important.
It came in at 21:11 hours. So 9:11 p.m. is when it came in.
All right. 9:11 p.m. Oh, never
Yeah.
mind.
This came in at 21:11 hours. So
Did Chloe try
9:11
to
p.m.
do a little trickery on your phone again?
Yeah.
I was thinking because you and I share the same computer, and you might have been, I don't know if I touched something on this computer.
No. Somebody last night tried to hack into my Instagram account, my private personal certified MJ radio.
Ask
So-
Chloe. She's in town.
It's not her. Trust me. It's not her.
Did you already ask?
It's Russian hackers.
Listen,
What else could it be? She does the little jokes on you, right?
But she grabs my phone. She knows how to get into my phone, and she just uses the app, which is already logged in. She's not trying to steal that. So some son of a that could be listening to us right now tried to hack into my Instagram account last night. So who are you? Show your face.
No, I don't want to.
If you tried to hack my Instagram, folks, call me up, 800-990-1047. But seriously, and it wasn't a phishing email. It was a legitimate security email from Instagram. I verified it. And I even did a test. And it was the same email came back at me after I tried it. So I know that it was somebody tried to hack in.
I don't think it was someone that listens to the show. I think it was someone maybe, in another
Who
country.
knows?
Somebody in Belarus or something.
Folks, do me a favor. Don't hack me. Just follow me. Certified MJ Radio on Instagram. Give me a follow. Certified MJ Radio. And to you hacker, you'll never figure out my password because
Okay, I would not put out challenges like that.
I challenge you to hack my password. You cannot hack my Instagram account.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
There is no way in hell
Yeah.
that with the password that I have on Instagram, there is no way in hell that anyone's going to hack Certified MJ Radio.
Anyone, but how about AI? So
How about you
don't
offer a
put that
reward?
challenge out.
$1,000 if somebody does it.
Let me go to phones here. I don't think these are related to
Hold on,
Instagram. I think this might be going back
Dreamweavers.
back over to the dream stuff. Hi, good morning. Let's say hi to Guy in Sarasota. Hi, Guy. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Yes, Guy. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, Guy. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, MJ. This is Guy Yatros. I'm involved in sleep. I'm the founder of New Concept Sleep.
Ooh.
And I know a whole lot about sleep. I'm a dentist, not a doctor, but I've got a board certification in sleep. And it's debatable why you remember dreams, but the most common accepted reason is that you only remember the dreams when you wake up. And so you're probably not sleeping as well. That's why you're remembering the dreams.
You know what? That is probably a good point. Like the other dream, I mentioned that the talent agent that picked me up at LAX and drove like a mad lady and got arrested by LAPD. The other dream I had, and I don't know if this is related to the fact that I do live commercials and endorsements for two college brothers moving and storage, but I had a dream that I was driving my own tractor trailer. Moving van, like the big, giant tractor trailer. So I had this dream, let's see, last night was Tuesday night. This dream that I had, this was Monday night's dream. And I was driving a tractor trailer with a big trailer, like a 55-footer. And it was a moving van with all of my stuff. And I parked to go in and get some food at a restaurant. And I came out and the back door was open and all my stuff was stolen. And then wait a minute. And then somehow it's like the dream just, it like restarted. And then I was driving the truck with all of my merchandise, all my belongings in the back of the moving truck. And suddenly the rear of the truck flips over. I'm dragging the moving trailer behind and all the doors burst open and all my crap is strewn all over the interstate. So I don't know what the hell that means.
Well, your kids are going back to school. That's a stressful event, I would assume.
Yeah.
For you.
Yeah, I think.
And
I think so.
You're likely, not sleeping as well. A little stressed about that, and so again, we don't remember dreams unless we wake up. So you're remembering the dreams because you're sleeping a little less restful because of the stress in your life.
Okay, Guy, I have a question for you. I knew this guy, not named Guy, named something else, and he told me he never had dreams. He never had dreams. He turned out to be a sociopath. So now every time I talk to someone who's like, yeah, I don't dream, I have to say, Roxanne, don't judge. They're probably not a sociopath.
You think they're a sociopath.
I have to tell myself not to judge and that it might just be, whatever. But what do you think about people who say they never dream? Now you're confusing me because now you're saying that might be just a sign of someone who sleeps really well.
It's, like I said, it's a debated subject. It could be that you're not sleeping well and you're not getting enough REM sleep because that's when we dream. But it also could mean that you're not having what we call arousals when you wake up from stages of sleep, REM sleep in particular, when you have dreams.
But, Guy, what you said about waking up is when you remember the dream. I think you've got a point there. I think that I need to maybe pop 6 or 7 Ambien or something. I'm kidding. Hey, Guy, thanks for calling in, buddy. Have a great one. Send me an email. Send me your contact information. Send me an email, mj@mjmorningshow.com.
Sure will.
But I have to ask
you,
you a
buddy.
question,
I
Doctor.
I just hung up on him.
I was going to ask if it's true if you go to sleep listening to REM, that it helps you get REM
Oh, you
sleep.
stop it. Yeah. Okay. Sean is in Land O'Lakes. Hey, Sean, you're on the MJ Morning Show. Hi.
Good morning. Long-time listener. Love you guys.
Thank you.
And I got a pretty funny story I think y'all would very much like.
Well,
go ahead.
We'll be the judge of that.
So back in high school, I tore my ACL and I had to get surgery on it.
What are you?
Oh wait, I thought that was a funny part.
What are you talking about? It's
So far, I love the story,
nothing
Sean.
funny about tearing your ACL.
That's a great story, man. So far, you're right.
Probably the MCL would be a little funnier than the ACL. But all right, go ahead, Sean.
So after I had my surgery, they gave me they gave me a painkiller for pain management. And I've never slept really good and like ever. And until they gave me this painkiller, it was knocking me out for 8 to 10 hours at a time. And it was making me have these extremely vivid dreams. And one of them was at about 2 o'clock in the morning. And I guess I started screaming bark like a dog, and my parents ran out. My dad with the shotgun, my mom with the bat because they thought I was trying to yell burglar or something.
Wow.
So what part of the story did you think we were going to like?
Fester, why you being
I just wanted clarification.
He's a long-time listener. Why
I
are you
thought it
trying
was
to?
awesome.
Listen, I want to talk
Sean.
candidly with Sean.
Sean,
thank you for listening.
Thanks, Sean. That was funny.
All right, Fester's just being
I
obnoxious.
still am not quite sure.
All right, Sean, thanks for listening, buddy. I like your story.
He set the whole thing up with.
Sorry
I
if
think
it
you're
wasn't the best.
Thanks,
All right.
man. Yeah,
Thanks,
the,
Sean.
Good,
Sean.
The
Sean.
4 seconds of silence after your story wasn't very
He sets it up with, I think you guys are going to like this.
All right.
And he might have been wrong.
I had no idea the phones were going to blow up like this. Kelly's in Lakeland. Hello, Kelly. You're on the MJ Morning Show. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, Kelly.
So I actually had this happen to me last year in November, and I got really concerned because I've always been a person that cannot remember my dreams.
Right. So your experience, or last year you experienced the same thing that I did, where suddenly you're remembering a bunch of dreams every single night.
Yeah, and they were really vivid to the point where, I would jerk out of my sleep and wake up and remember the whole thing, and sometimes I'd be crying. They were very vivid dreams.
Michelle, let me know if I'm jerking, okay? All right. Go ahead, Kelly.
Whoa.
I got really concerned because for the longest time I never remembered my dreams, and I actually went to my primary care physician because I thought that something might be wrong. And at the time, she said that it's probably physiological, that she asked if I was under a lot of stress or if anything recently had happened in my life. And we talked about what was going on in my life at the time, and she said it was definitely physiological and that due to a lot of stress, your brain requires more REM sleep. So if you're not a traditional heavy sleeper and going into that REM sleep, you're not going to remember your dreams. Whereas if you're under a lot of stress or going through something in your life that's causing stress, you require the more REM sleep. So in essence, you're getting more deeper sleep, and that allows you to remember your actual dreams.
Gotcha, Kelly. I think that's a very good explanation. That's why I take phone calls. Thank you, Kelly. One last one here. Mike is in Lutz. Mike, last call on this. I got to move on. Mike, you're on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Hello.
Hey, I got to refer to your Instagram account. I'm a certified ethical hacker,
I basically hack banks and give them reports.
Oh, so you're a white hat hacker.
A white hat, correct.
Yep.
And basically what happens is if we wanted to crack your password, we have a tool that can guess 3 trillion guesses a second.
Yeah, it can be done.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! So did I just
So,
open
yeah,
up? Did I just
for
open up
real.
a can of worms?
Told you not to.
He could do it. This guy easily.
Mike could do it.
But you did the right thing because people fall for phishing so much, and it's so bad.
Well, Mike, the fact that I just challenged and I said no one can hack my Instagram account, did I just screw up?
You probably did with the black hats.
Oh no!
But you're a white hat.
So I'm a white hat. I ethically signed my certification that said I'm going to do my due diligence and give the report.
So you're the kind of guy like the government hires you to test the
Correct.
system.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're some kind of like genius computer hacker nerd that like what's the toughest thing you've ever like done?
What will happen is the bank will give us a challenge to where they don't give us any sort of information. So we have to dig through the internet to get their IP address. And once that person has your public IP address, that's when we can go to work. And getting
wow.
that public IP address from a website, it's not very hard.
All right.
And keep in mind, this is all done through Linux. You cannot use Windows or a Mac.
Gotcha. You're using the serious stuff. Hey, Mike, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Send
What's
me
up, bud?
send me an email. Send me an email to mj@mjmorningshow.com just so I can stick you in my my directory for any future use, okay?
Yeah, anything IT related, you got it.
All right, buddy. Thanks, man.
I may not be as good as Dom the IT guy, but you never know.
No, you're not. But Don's pretty great.
You and Don would be friends, Mike. Sounds like to me.
Account's getting hacked next.
All right, Mike, send me an email, buddy. Thanks, man.
All right.
All right.
Oh, you're building up all kinds of resources today.
little-
MJ, you got your sleep doctor and your hacker guy. Wow.
I got my own personal white hat hacker now. That's helping us out. All right, 8:45, rolling up on 8:46 now at the MJ Morning Show. Don't forget, the MJ Trip a Day song is coming up in the next segment. So when we get back, we're going to begin the 9 o'clock hour in just a few minutes. And when that occurs, sometime between 9 and 9:20, I'm going to give you the next song title to listen for. And that's going to be your cue to listen for that song to play anytime between when I announce the song title and 6 p.m., guaranteed to play during the workday. And when it does, be the 7th caller, and you'll win the MJ Trip a Day. And this week, we're giving away the 3-day staycations to the Wyndham Grand Orlando Bonnet Creek. So we'll give you the song title coming up in just a bit here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Stand by. Festa, what are you, you're holding your phone up at me. Is there something?
I was trying to take a candid photo to put on our social medias, but you screwed that up, so we'll take one later.
Okay, so I guess I won't be
Well, you know, it's
doing
okay.
a candid photo for the social medias, I guess. All right.
I'll steal it when you're not looking.
Quick break, folks, and then we get back with another long chunk of the MJ Morning Show in minutes here on Q105. Show, MJ and the crew, 8:59, almost 9 o'clock. So that window is about to open up momentarily. In just a minute, the 9 o'clock window opens between 9 and 9:20. I'll give you the MJ Trip a Day song title when you hear that played later on today, guaranteed before 6 o'clock. Be the seventh caller, 800-990-1047, and you'll win the 3-day staycation to the Wyndham Grand Orlando Bonnet Creek, a beautiful, phenomenal 3-day getaway, all courtesy of the MJ Morning Show and Q105 with our big Trip a Day giveaway. So I'll give you the title in just minutes here on Q105. I have a lot to do here in the final hour of the MJ Morning Show. First of all, this has got to stop. There's a great restaurant. I've heard great things about it. I have not been, but I've heard great things about this place. In fact, Michelle was supposed to go have lunch at this place with a friend, and I think it got postponed or whatever. I'm talking about the Bayshore Mediterranean Grill. And I think I filled up like at the mobile station on the corner. I think, aren't they near, they're South MacDill and like Interbay area is I think where they're kind of close to that. And this is crazy. They've been hit by a meat thief. And the video of this guy, the surveillance video of him busted into their food lockers and stealing stuff out of their fridges and freezers, the video is vivid. Someone's going to recognize this guy. The Tampa Police Department is on the hunt, so TPD on the hunt for this guy that's ripped off over $10,000 worth of food, meat and spices, and really throwing this Bayshore Mediterranean Grill on South MacDill for a loop. The latest was, I guess, earlier this week, another theft. I mean, what is going on here? I mean, I feel bad. So meat, other ingredients, spices, the guy's putting stuff in bags and hauling it off. I mean, he can't be going too far, but he figured out a way to break in, get into some of their storage, rip the locks off.
I mean, they probably have a walk-in cooler.
Unscrew the hasp.
Man, this sucks.
It does suck. I feel awful for the Bayshore Mediterranean Grill. Hey, Andrew, can you do me a favor? Can you grab one of the local news reports? I think, which one are you on? Are you on?
I have WFLA Channel 8.
Yeah, so I think I might have seen it on 8, but a lot of local stations, I believe, have covered this. But the video is like crystal clear. Someone's going to recognize this freaking meathead who's ripping off this family-run restaurant in South Tampa. I mean, $11,000 worth of stuff walking out the door. Man, that'll crush you. But you look at this guy, and somebody is going to absolutely recognize who this guy is. Andrew, grab Channel 8's piece, and we'll put this up. So News Channel 8, they have a story, and the video is, I mean, you couldn't, it's like a mugshot. It's like a driver's license photo. It's so good. Clear. Someone's going to recognize this guy, and he needs to be arrested, and he needs to make restitution to the Bayshore Mediterranean Grill.
Man, now I want to go there. Looks delicious.
And then they need to get one of those gyro spears and shove it up his butt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and roast them and turn them and roast them.
You know, they put that meat log on that spike.
Yes.
They need to drop his butt right on that spike is what they need to do. All right, so Andrew's going to get the video from Channel 8 up on our website. We'll have it up at mjmorningshow.com, and it'll be up near the top. Just look for As Heard on the MJ Morning Show or Heard on the MJ Morning Show, and the link will be there. Find this guy, because this guy's got to be shut down.
And if you sell burglar or alarm systems, this place is a hot lead.
Yeah, it's a good
You want to do some door knocking today, some cold calling? This is a warm lead for you.
Good lead for you, absolutely. All right. I want to get a hold of one of our sponsors. We've got a dude by the name of Kenny Newman. Kenny Newman is the owner of Plan B Air Conditioning.
Yeah.
And longtime sponsor now on the MJ Morning Show. You know, they get great leads. First of all, you heard, remember Two College Brothers said that we're the number one lead generator, the MJ Morning Show. Of all the advertising they do, we are number one. We're blowing the phones off for Kenny at Plan BAC. You look at all of our sponsors, the Kemp Law Group. You look at Enhanced Home Solutions, Fields BMW and Fields Motorcars Mercedes-Benz, the Duncan Duo, International Diamond. I mean, you look at Zero Res. I mean, all of our clients get amazing, the Holland Group, they all get amazing results from us. And I'll tell you what, results is what my advertisers get. And I hear from listeners all the time, hey, man, we called Plan BAC. They were fantastic. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is I saw another story, and this has been not only on television, but also the Tampa Bay Times did a story on this about if you need air conditioning work and repairs right now, get in line. That the wait times for getting your AC fixed are long because of the heat, the feels like temp. ACs are stressed and taxed more than ever right now with some record temperatures. So there are numerous reports that, hey, your AC's busted, get in line. So I thought I would give Kenny a buzz. And again, Kenny's the owner of Plan B AC, Plan B Air Conditioning.
Yeah, what's the situation over there?
Well, I wanted to ask him,
right?
What are you hearing? What are you seeing out there? Because I got a story on ABC Action News about, hey, get in line if you need an AC repair. Tampa Bay Times just did a story on this. Let me get Kenny on the line. 813. All right, calling up Kenny on his cell. Hopefully he would be available to take my call.
Hello.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, MJ Live. Kenny is the owner of Plan B AC, Plan B Air Conditioning. So have you seen the stories like Tampa Bay Times, ABC Action News? Here are the headlines. Tampa Bay Times, need AC repairs? Tampa Bay companies warn you you'll have to wait in line. Then ABC Action News, Tampa Bay experiencing long wait times for AC repairs. What is your take on this at Plan B Air Conditioning, Kenny?
Oh, yeah, we're definitely seeing that. We're sometimes 2 to 3 days out. The biggest thing I see is that customers are calling and they're just in a frantic thing to where they need somebody right now, and they try to get to somebody and they put you out on the schedule, and then let's say an hour, 2 hours later, they find somebody else, they try to call back and cancel, and then they lose a spot. So that's a big thing going on right now.
Gotcha. All right, but are you seeing the most demand for AC repair than you've ever seen?
Oh, yeah. This is definitely the hottest summer we ever had. This is definitely the hottest summer.
What's going on as far as equipment? Are you able to get equipment, or like if someone needs like a new unit, are those in stock? Have they caught up from the COVID, production delays, or what's going on with actual equipment now?
We just caught up with that here in the last year to where we don't really run into that mostly anymore. A lot of things that we're running into is just a lot of people that are ordering parts, and those parts are on back order because, those things are taking a little while to get here.
Gotcha. But again, you should be able to get the customers within a couple of days?
Yeah, definitely. We're about a day to 2 days out usually. We do try to work the customers in just because, due to emergencies. If somebody calls up and says that it's not getting down to 70 in their house and it's 75, that's about what it's going to be right now. It's going to be about 75 degrees in the middle of the day. It's not going to do much better than that.
Because of the outside ambient and all that stuff. So,
exactly.
Kenny, thanks for coming on, man. I really do appreciate it. And again, I get from my advertising for you, Plan B Air Conditioning, I constantly get emails and messages on Instagram. Hey, MJ, thanks so much for turning me on to Plan BAC. The mentioning your text by name, how professional they were, how fair you guys were with pricing. So, listen.
Oh, yeah, my guys think MJ works for us now because every single call they go to, they're like, hey, MJ.
So Kenny, I had Justin at the house a few weeks ago just doing some service, right? Just my annual maintenance. And I kind of walk him out to the truck, and I was like, so how's business? And he says, we're too busy. And he stops, he goes, because of you guys. And I was like, that's a good thing.
That's exactly true.
That's a good thing. Is
let him speak. He's endorsing us here. We're
talking back and forth.
Fester's talking over all the good stuff. Hey, say that part again. Say that again.
What part was it?
No, about it's so true that we're blowing the phones.
Oh, no, yeah, it is. It's so true. We're pretty much every one of our calls. I'd say 80% of our calls right now are coming from MJ.
That's crazy.
Listen, that is effective advertising, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. But I also let everybody know that you don't just let anybody advertise on here. You vet these people. You make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do.
I am very selective. In fact, career-wise, over my career, Kenny, I've turned down more endorsements than I've taken.
By like double.
Oh, I bet.
Yep.
Yeah.
I bet.
So, all right, Kenny, thanks for coming on, man. And again, I just wanted to get to the bottom of, the wait times to get AC fixed because there's more service calls than ever. Kenny, thanks, buddy. And thanks for being an advertiser on the MJ Morning Show.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Plan B Air Conditioning, planbac.com or planbairconditioning.com. The phone number is 813-PLAN-B-AC. And that was Kenny, the owner.
That's a good man right there.
Talk over him a little more fast.
Yeah, that's a screaming endorsement, man. 80%. Well, listen, for Two College Brothers Moving and Storage, we're the #1 lead generator now. Kenny just said 80% of their calls coming from the MJ Morning Show. Holy moly. I mean, imagine your business being advertised by me on the MJ Morning Show. Hey, as Bob Pittman once said, screw the ratings, results are what matter. And that's true.
Yeah.
Yep. It's results for the advertisers. That's how we measure, especially with a system that's not
not even close to being
all right,
average.
So 9:10 now at the MJ Morning Show. The Trip a Day song. Let me do that right now. Let me get that out of the way, and then I got a lightning round, a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff we got to cram in here. But the Trip a Day song for today is Conga by Miami Sound Machine.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so Conga. Come on, everybody, they do the Conga. Can't any longer.
You don't know any other words. You don't know any other words besides conga and langa.
Come on, everybody.
Hey, I got the sample right here.
Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer. Come on, shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Bump, 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 bump. All right, so that's the song. It's Conga, Miami Sound Machine. That's going to play between now and 6 o'clock guaranteed. When you hear Conga by Miami Sound Machine, be the 7th caller, 800-990-1047, and you will win a 3-day staycation to the Wyndham Grand Orlando, Bonnet Creek. It's a lovely 3-day getaway, and that's the latest trip a day we're doing this week. So listen for Conga, Miami Sound Machine, sometime today. Be the 7th caller, and boom, you win from the MJ Morning Show and Q105. Yes, Rox.
By the way, if you want to follow at Roxanne Wilder, you can see the conversations that we have during the break, the follow-ups to what you hear on the show in my story section.
Oh, is that thing you just recorded?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, well, you guys were out of the room, but Roxanne wanted to record a dream.
Continuation of our discussion.
Yeah.
We didn't get to all the points that we wanted to.
You're
so
really trying to get those followers.
So what, I click here?
Roxanne's trying to exceed my Instagram count. I'm stuck in the 13,000s. Folks, no, sorry. I'm like at 13,700. I want to get out of 13 because, 13 is such an unlucky number. Like, I won't stay in a hotel with a 13th floor. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't care about the number 13. I'm fine with the number 13. But, folks, I'm like 300 away from getting into 14,000. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, give me a follow right now. Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. Moving on to Dick's.
God, I love Dick's. Sporting
Roxanne, Fester.
Yes.
Do you know what's going on at Dick's?
Yeah. People are grabbing them.
What?
What?
Wow.
What'd you just say?
Grabbing. There's some grabbing going on.
At where?
Dick's. There is. That's literally the headline.
Yes. You know what? Roxanne is 100% right.
What?
Grabbing Dick's. And what's going on, though, is they're getting ripped off. They're getting yanked. I mean, for some serious merchandise that's walking out the door. So Dick's Sporting Goods, of course, listen, I know the location at West Shore Plaza. Where are the other Dick's in town?
There's one.
Is there one like Clearwater?
I think it's in Brandon. They're in Clearwater. I think there's one in Citrus Park.
There's one sitting across the desk from you.
What are you talking about? Me? Thank you.
I got Dick's right here.
Thank you.
All right. But what's going on is Dick's Sporting Goods, they have a 23% drop in profits, and they are relating that, they're blaming retail organized theft. And you've got these marauding bands of thieves that go through, some of these big box stores, and they just rip them off sideways. Sometimes it's the flash mob stuff. A lot of times it's so much more subtle, and most of it is just subtle. We had that video that popped up out in near Los Angeles of that Nordstrom getting ransacked, and like 50 folks, like an organized looting mob, came in and started ripping off all of the high-priced handbags, ripping out like racks, dragging shelves and racks through the floor or through the store on the floor, dragging them out into the parking lot. That obviously is a very visible racket, but most of the retail theft it's very quiet because they don't want to draw attention. But the amount of retail theft that's going on is unbelievable. And it's jacking up prices for everything. Dick's Sporting Goods said yesterday they blamed organized retail crime for bashing their quarterly profits by nearly 25%.
That's a huge amount.
It is a massive amount. So Dick's reported a 23% drop in profits in Q2, the second quarter, across its nearly 700 stores nationwide.
Is that like a tens of millions of dollars?
Oh, absolutely. So, folks, sales were up 3.6% in the quarter, but they're down 23% in profits because of the organized retail theft that's ripping them off nationwide in all their stores.
How is the FBI not involved in something like this?
Listen, we got to crack down on this crap. I mean, everywhere. In a lot of the big cities that are getting overrun, you've got stores closing all over the place. This has got to be fixed. We've got to get our handle on this. And, I feel bad for Dick's Sporting Goods. 23% drop in profits attributed to getting ripped off by retail organized theft?
Okay, in Florida, it's not as big of a problem because of Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody. This is one of her initiatives, is to make it hard for organized retail theft rings to operate. So other states need to look at what we're doing here.
And what are we doing here?
We're tough.
Oh, we're tough.
Please give me.
I just said she has initiatives.
Well, what are we doing? What are the initiatives?
It's like an acronym. It's like the floor. Like, let me see. I'll Google it.
Let me tell you what it is.
Ashley Moody wants tougher sentences for retail theft. It's tougher sentences.
Absolutely.
It's preventative.
So that's the answer. Plus the fact, if a clerk sees somebody shoplifting, you can shoot him.
You know what?
No, I'm kidding. That's not true.
So many.
Do not. What if someone just turned the radio off?
Yeah. Good to know. Click.
Got a Best Buy employee just heard me and they turned the radio off. And I can. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. You can't shoot him.
So many stores have a policy of no confrontation.
Right. Well,
don't touch them. Don't talk to them. Don't videotape them.
How many times have we had stories of the employee getting fired by trying to save the company from getting ripped off?
I saw a video of two ladies.
You know what? We need that. We need employees to start beating the crap out of shoplifters. We need employees to start opening fire on retail organized theft.
Are you nuts?
I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation.
Bro. All right, maybe that's not a good idea.
I mean,
but certainly pummel them, bash their teeth in.
I can tell you right now, I don't give a crap that much about any retail job I've ever had to where I would want to confront a shoplifter these days.
Well, they discover even the companies don't want you doing that.
What are you going to steal? Okay, the company will make it. I'm not going to get shot for that purse.
But I feel bad for Dick's. But they're grabbing at Dick's.
I tell you right now, it's not a good time for Dick's. They're really, really taking a beating.
Taking a pounding.
Really, really just.
Oh, I see what you did there.
See what I did?
Well, hopefully,
Dick's needs to.
Hopefully there'll be a.
Please let Roxanne get out her dick zinger.
Do your dick zinger.
Dick's needs to turn things around and start doing the pounding themselves.
Okay. I was just hoping for a stroke of good luck to turn this thing around. That's what I was hoping for over at Dick's Sporting Goods.
How about things are looking limp over at Dick's? Froggy Caruso.
Dude, you got to give me time to get to the right page.
All right, here we go. All right. So Caruso moves from homicide to the financial crimes division.
Now he's in the bunco squad.
It looks like Dix is having a really hard time.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to have to erect a new building. They stole everything. They stole the building. They stole the building.
They've taken the whole place. All right, that's enough. All right, can you believe this? The Fire Festival guy is coming back around and wants to do Fire Festival 2. The dude went to prison.
That was the biggest cluster I saw a whole documentary on that.
Oh yeah, there's a huge documentary on
That
the
big
fire
concert.
Yeah, the Fire Festival, like in the was it the Bahamas
Some
or something?
island,
Yeah.
And he sold like super expensive VIP packages, and it was like third world country
And
stuff.
they slept in like FEMA tents and got a slice of cheese on bread.
There was no toilets. They had to dig a hole.
Oh my God! The 2017 Fire Festival, which I can't believe was that long ago already. That's like 6 years. Billy McFarland spent time in prison for fraud, and now he has a new 50-page business plan to revive the Fire Festival.
50 pages?
And tickets are on sale now.
No.
Who the hell is going to buy tickets for a new Fire Festival?
Who would partner with this guy?
So this dude posted a video on Sunday. This is a convicted con man announced Fire Festival. What do they call it? The Fraud Festival 2. Set to take place somewhere in the Caribbean at the end of 2024. Specific dates, location, and festival lineup has not yet been revealed, but tickets are on sale starting at $4.99 and going up to $8,000 per the festival website. Are you kidding me? This is a big day, McFarland says in the video, sporting AirPods and a plush white robe. It has been the absolute wildest journey to get here, and it really all started during a 7-month stint in solitary confinement. I wrote out this 50-page plan of how it would take this overall interest and demand in fire, F-Y-R-E, and how it would take my ability to bring people from around the world together to make the impossible happen. Are you kidding me? This dude was just released from federal prison back in May of 2022, served 4 years for defrauding investors, committing wire fraud. This was this totally bogus 2017 Fire Festival. Remember, he launched it with rapper Ja Rule. It was supposed to be this luxury music extravaganza, but people were sleeping in FEMA tents and getting
it was awful.
Cold cheese sandwiches to eat. My God. And this guy is going to launch the Fire Festival 2? Nope.
Let's go.
That's unbelievable. All right, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. You see Antonio Brown's back in trouble?
Is he? No.
I miss AB.
AB's back in trouble. We'll give you that story. Man, I got a lot of stuff. We're going to lightning round. I got to prioritize and lightning round. The final chunk of the MJ Morning Show is next. Final chunk is in minutes here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. First, though, It is the MJ Morning Show, 9:30. MJ and the crew in the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show here on Q105. You know, I meant to mention this yesterday, and I just didn't get around to it because every day we just can't get to everything. It is a fight. It's a battle every day to just jam all of this phenomenal content in. Did you see the controversy over in Jacksonville where someone's holding a dolphin out of the water?
What?
Yeah.
A baby dolphin?
Yeah, a photo of a fisherman holding a dolphin several feet out of the water has caused people to go ballistic. Investigations have been launched by state and federal agencies as well. We don't know when the photo was taken, but a marine biologist did an interview with WJXT television, which is News 4 Jax, and he was horrified. I mean, absolutely horrified watching an angler, a fisherman, holding the dolphin out of the water. According to Jacksonville Beach resident Kevin Beauregard, the photo of the dolphin hoisted out of the water was posted on Instagram last week and then shared with more than 100,000 people. It appears the photo has since been taken down off the Instagram, but this is nuts. Is this the audio here?
Been launched by state and federal
Here,
agencies.
listen.
Eden's in the newsroom with the details. Eden.
Nicole Calvin, a marine biologist, now reacting. He says his first reaction to seeing that picture was horror.
Yep.
Harassing or feeding wild dolphins is against federal law.
Yep.
A photo of a dolphin hoisted out of the water posted on Instagram last week and then, according to Kevin Beaugrand, shared with more than 100,000 people on a surfing
I think I
account
said a lot of this already.
where he says he saw it Saturday night.
It's awful. It's a guy.
Did it live?
Yeah,
nobody knows. I mean, nobody knows what the story is. All it sees is it picking
piece
it
of
up.
crap. That's called a molestation of a fish.
I mean,
actually.
it's awful. So would they catch the dolphin, then reeled it in, then held the dolphin? I mean,
how do you catch a dolphin? That doesn't happen.
So if you fish off the beach and the dolphin takes your bait and you reel it in, and you
I have
think
caught a manatee like that, so you're right.
Okay, so
he just runs into
All
it.
you caught Fester one time?
Oh, I see, because he's fat.
Hey, I get it. So, I mean, if the guy reeled it in and then picked it up just to throw it back, he is kind of the hero.
Yeah, according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, feeding or harassing dolphins violates the Marine Mammals Protection Act. It's against the law to disturb their behavioral patterns or injure them in the wild. Jacksonville University marine science professor Dr. Quentin White said holding a dolphin out of the water could hurt them. Absolutely. The dolphin was probably ill to be caught like that. And to put any kind of stress on an animal is really horrific.
He looks pretty healthy to me.
The marine mammal needs buoyancy to breathe, so hoisting a dolphin out of the water can make it very hard for them to draw breath. It may not survive, and we may never know whether it made it or not. But, man, you want to talk about stirring up a hornet's nest? Some guy holding a dolphin out of the water on land.
People are idiots.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
So you can't catch a dolphin, right?
No.
I mean, I don't fish. I'm not a fisher person.
You got your mahi.
I don't think do they go for bait?
Like
the dolphin? I don't think they go for a lure.
Yeah, they do. If they're in your area, you might as well not even fish there, because they're eating all the fish.
Oh, they'll chase all the fish away, right?
But I've never heard of anybody catch one on a lure.
Well, don't they say that dolphins are the closest animal to humans as far as brain size?
No, that's the chinchilla.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Or the six-toed sloth.
Moving along. Antonio Brown is facing arrest again. Yeah. So cops are looking to arrest Antonio Brown.
Is he holed up in his house in South Tampa? Let's go
No,
visit him.
I think he might be. Where is I don't even know where the hell he is. You know, I used to see the black Rolls Royce when I was driving like north on Manhattan. So I'd cross over, what is it? I was a crossover
El Prado?
El Prado, maybe. And, Antonio Brown was in that house kind of off of Manhattan. And I'd pass by. And remember, Fester and I went to the house with a bullhorn trying to, when he holed himself up and the cops were staking the place out. Fester and I went with a bullhorn. I'm trying to get him out of the home for some PDQ gift cards. And that's when, remember, the undercover Tampa PD officer said, "Hey, MJ Fester, I let you go as far as I can." But
Only after I walked up to his door and dropped off a PDQ gift card and a couple of Starbursts.
Well, here's the latest on Antonio. Florida police ordered to arrest Antonio Brown once again, according to TMZ, after a judge ruled that he missed yet another child support payment. According to the Miami-Dade County court documents, the ruling was issued on August 9th after Brown apparently missed a $15,000 payment to his ex, Wiltrese Jackson. Per the docs, Brown can have the order purged if he pays up plus an additional $5,000 in attorney's fees. Second time in a year that the judge has ordered law enforcement to take the ex-NFL star into custody over unpaid child support. Remember, back in April, the order was issued after Brown failed to make a $30,000 payment to Jackson. So where is he now? Is he still in town? Brown and Jackson dated in the early stages of the former wide receiver's football career. They have a daughter together. The two, however, had their share of ups and downs since, and Jackson accusing Brown of shoving her during a domestic dispute. Brown was never charged. But where is Antonio Brown right now? Is he in Tampa still? Is he still living in that house off Manhattan in South Tampa? Does anyone know?
I don't know.
Folks, if you've spotted, I saw him a couple of times driving on like Gandhi. I think he was going to Walmart or maybe Qdoba.
One of the two.
So I saw him on Gandhi. Seriously. I saw him at Gandhi in Manhattan in the black Rolls Royce SUV. Does anyone know where Antonio Brown is? Have we had any Antonio Brown sightings? Is Antonio Brown in town right now? Do I need to go back to his house?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Let's go. Let's go after the show today.
Antonio Brown, this is the MJ Morning Show. Come out of the house, give me the $15,000 in child support, and I will drive it to Miami for you. Antonio Brown.
Oh, God.
So, does anyone know? If you know where Antonio Brown is right now, 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Have you spotted AB, Antonio Brown, in town recently? Is he still in South Tampa? Have you spotted any clues, any information on AB? I'm just trying to help the baby mama get the child support.
That's all you're trying to do.
Because the kid can't eat right now.
Starving.
Exactly. All right. If anyone knows, give us a tip. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. Thank you very little. Now, Froggy, you are a YouTube aficionado.
I like to think of myself as one, yes.
Did you see this dude that lit a $400,000 Ferrari on fire?
No. Who is that?
You want to talk about the Fire Festival? I got your Fire Festival right here.
Is it Aiden Ross?
No, Cody Detweiler.
I don't know who that is.
Almost 6 million subscribers on YouTube.
Whoa.
Brand new luxury $400,000 Ferrari caught on fire. I regret to inform everyone that my $400,000 Ferrari F8 and rental minivan with only 5,000 miles on it have recently burned down to a pile of ash.
Is that the YouTuber who drove out into a field?
Yes.
I saw the video.
He drove the Ferrari onto a field like he was off-roading in a Ferrari, and then I think it was like the wilted, dried crops that had been harvested then must have caught on fire underneath the vehicle from the catalytic converter or just the hot exhaust.
Have you seen the video?
Yes, I've seen that.
Let me see.
Dude, I've got audio from the video. You listen to this audio.
Bill. Through the car. Water.
I mean, this guy's driving through a cornfield with
a very dry one.
Well, the corn has been harvested, so it's the dead brown corn. It looks like an old cornfield.
Yeah, it's been harvested.
And he's driving through this thing, and the hot Ferrari underbottom caused a fire. A brand new $400,000 Ferrari burns to the freaking ground.
What a great video.
And then their rental van is next to it, and that burns to the ground as well.
How did they stay so close with the van? Don't they know, hey, let's back this up a couple feet?
I mean,
no. They both caught fire on their own.
Well, here's the yes. So here's the deal.
You can't drive over that, apparently.
People are saying that this is a publicity stunt, and he's saying, no, it's not. I'm not going to burn a $400,000 Ferrari to the ground.
Yes, he would.
Well, what kind of a moron drives, unless you're intending for something really bad to happen, who's driving a Ferrari across a harvested cornfield with this brittle, dried, tinderbox material?
Yeah, what was the stunt? What was the point?
I don't know.
The point ultimately was, hey, let's drive it and see if we can't burn this
So
Ferrari
the video
down.
begins showing Detweiler in Waco, Texas. Texas is extremely
fire
smoking hot.
in Waco? Come on.
Yeah. Shows off his new car, burning rubber, speeding through an empty cornfield surrounded by dry grass. Suddenly, his right tire catches on fire. Friends in the minivan scream at him while in the driver's seat. Car's on fire. It comes to a halt. Attempts to stop the flames.
I mean, he's standing in front of it kind of laughing and chuckling.
Well, I read a story about these YouTube guys like this, and they're making as much money as professional athletes at this point.
And the whole
$50
point
million deals.
Yeah, the whole point is to burn through money.
That is
get more outrageous.
I mean, totally destroy this car.
He might have done that on purpose. Now that I think about it,
he says, "Do I even have insurance on this car?"
Doesn't matter.
Ask his friend. I think if I do, I think it's most minimal. We'll pay for other people's damage. I don't have full coverage on anything. They won't give it to me, is what he said. Yeah, because what, you're going to burn cars in cornfields? Yeah, so he's saying that it's not a stunt.
Of course he's going to say that.
I mean, if he owns the car, what's the crime here? Is there a crime?
He killed the corn.
No, the corn's already been harvested. But
I know. I play Farming Simulator.
He says, no, this wasn't staged. Anyone that can read human body language can tell this was real, Detweiler said in his statement. Why would I also burn up a rental van with all of our stuff inside? My shoes, headphones, sunglasses, sentimental Polaroid photos, tools, spare wheels, and tires. The cameraman's gear also burned. Sure, I make money destroying things, but I don't lie. Not everything is a conspiracy.
He makes money destroying things.
With a net worth of about $5 million, Detweiler revealed that he was not concerned that the car burned and that he would replace it with another Ferrari. Yeah, unless Ferrari says, we're not selling you another Ferrari.
I thought we just did a story last week about Ferrari not letting you do custom things. Maybe they won't let them burn them?
That's unbelievable.
That looks green screened right there, doesn't it? What we're watching?
No, that's
fake fire.
That's real deal right there.
It's a real fire, but it looks like the position of it looks like he's
standing
in front of the
No, he's right in the middle of that field, watching both the rental van and his new Ferrari burn up.
This will affect his Hertz Gold ranking.
What a mess. Hey, Andrew, do me a favor. Put that video up on Heard on the MJ Morning Show. Fester's got the YouTube on this thing. It's insane. So if you want to see something crazy, we'll have this up in a few minutes up on mjmorningshow.com, and the link will be on the box that says Heard on the MJ Morning Show. We'll put the link to this video up there. What else do we have before we get out of here? Well, first of all, let me hit the show closer. Hang on, I got the board in mono. I want full stereo on that. Let me reset it and start again. Here we go. Let me start the show close in stereo this time. There we go. All right, we got to get into this in further detail. Do you know why Elon Musk might be acting so erratic? Why might Elon Musk be acting so erratic?
Because I'm on the Adderall.
No, well, you're close. Apparently, he's escalated ketamine use.
Oh.
Elon Musk's allegedly escalated use of the drug ketamine could explain why he's so erratic.
More people are getting into ketamine.
In his decision-making, and why Twitter, now known as X, is such a mess. People are saying that Elon Musk is all frigged up on ketamine. Isn't that like cat tranquilizer?
Give me more of the pussycat tranquilizer.
Don't people break into veterinarian outfits to steal ketamine?
Yeah, I think so.
What puts down the kitty cats I want in my system?
My God.
People are doing it now, though, under doctor supervision.
Oh, and did you also, this is also crazy. I got to find the sound effect. Did you see that another house blew up in North Carolina yesterday?
Is that the football player's house?
It is, yeah. So that's the explosion. That's the noise that was made up in Pennsylvania where that house blew up. It killed like 6 people, including a father and son just walking on the sidewalk in front of the house. The 2 other houses adjacent were destroyed. Apparently, like 13 homes are uninhabitable because of that explosion. And now we hear that Titans cornerback Caleb Farley's dad died in a house explosion in Mooresville, North Carolina.
Oh, man, it's awful.
Yeah, that's crazy. And he bought the house for his dad, and the house blew up, and they're saying it was a gas explosion. That's crazy. All right, folks, we got to roll, man. I hate leaving so much stuff on the table, but
boy, did we leave it?
Yeah, the show's over, man. I got to roll. So have a great one, folks. We'll see you back here tomorrow on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Make sure you keep your ears peeled for the Trip a Day song. It's happening before 6 o'clock tonight. And, folks, let's be careful out there.